We're live.
Hey, welcome to the Bob and Tam Show tonight.
And our excellent adventure.
Yep. So we're going
We
to
had
have,
a doozy today.
yes, which we'll be following later on. Had an incident with the rental car that we don't want anybody to see till we return that sucker next week. And we'll have a video on that coming up. Some more tragedy today. I spent half a day. Yesterday I had a freaking migraine most of the day. And then today we headed out early. Thought we were going to get a bunch of stuff done, which we did. We got to see a shipwreck. We also got to see a fort. So that's about as far as we got today. And
Then we were looking for internet. Well, we did have a couple good things happen. Got a couple free things.
free fries.
And
Oh, yeah. Can't talk about that, though. That's part of the...
That's another issue with the rental car, but we got that taken care of, too.
Because we don't really know if the rental car place even knows we're here.
It didn't say couldn't go out of the state.
Which it is. I just rented another car for another adventure that we're going to be going on at the end of, actually right around my birthday time. In October, we're going to be going to, which you guys will have a special live from a very remote location. No, Neil, we're not heading to Alaska. But we are coming in. I'm kind of not looking because I'm looking at the screen and the camera's up here. I don't know. It got really dark a while ago when I headed into the middle. Let's see if it gets dark. It is a little darker.
Yeah.
We'll put it back like it was.
Moonlight Adventures is on. And Jimmy O.
So we got a guest. Oh, a guest is going to be coming on really soon. Looks like,
Oh, yeah, looks like she's down there.
Looks like she's got a thing, a waiting screen, that she's going to have a waiting screen on a waiting screen in a green room.
There you go.
So we got a guest.
Mike's in Arizona. Are you home or are you just in Arizona somewhere?
Taking a rest.
Yep.
So we got a bunch of stuff we did today. Made a bunch of phone calls today. We're going to talk about Sturgis.
Oops.
And got some great information to give you guys. And then we've also got, what we got coming up first is it Brandy? Brandy from...
She's a fine girl.
Red Rock Harley Davidson. Even though we're not having bike week coming up at the end of the month, we are having a big event that's going to be going on at Red Rock Harley Davidson, and we are going to be there. So we're inviting all you guys to come out, and she's going to come on at a quarter after the hour, and she's going to do just a real quick thing and let you guys know what kind of events they're going to have at Red Rock that weekend. I think it's Friday, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday they got something going on. But we're there from Thursday till Monday. So if you guys want to fly out to Vegas, actually they own all three stores in town. They own the Las Vegas store, they own the Red Rock store, and they also own the Henderson store in Vegas. They also have some other stores they own. This is our hometown dealer that we know. We don't really get the, which we did some neat stuff. We had Hero on. He's the one that had the fastest land speed record.
I gotta tell Rod, there's a ton of hiking up here. Have you ever been up here to the West Coast, Northwest Coast?
Oh, West
Coast.
Coast.
Northwest Coast. There's hiking trails all over the place. So Rod likes to hike, so I wanted to tell him that. He came on tonight. I wanted to say that.
So, a lot of stuff, and there's probably some pretty neat riding motorcycles. We actually met up a group of Triumph riders the other day. They were up here. They're called a group called Trap, which I haven't got to the video yet. We only got to talk to one guy. I talked to him because it was their last night. It was Saturday night. They were having their dinner, and we didn't get to meet up with the lady.
We got in there late.
So kind of shot all their bikes. And even there, because people always say, can I go to other rallies? Yes, there was a Harley there. There was a couple BMWs there. And there was an Indian bike and a whole mess of Triumphs. So yes, you can, don't feel bad about that. When people say that, I don't want to go to Sturgis, or I don't want to go here, I don't want to go there because, I don't have that kind of bike. We were actually invited to ride along with the Honda group, with our Harley. And, no big deal. They would have kind of put us up towards the front with the leaders of the pack. So, not that bad. And most people aren't like that, to where they're crazy when it comes to not allowing you, they don't want to, you're looking down at you because you got that kind of bike.
If you're not a Triumph, you can't come.
There's always guys like that. But most people, hey, if you're riding a motorcycle, it's a motorcycle. And to me, it's hats off to anybody that gets on a motorcycle today and rides, because we are becoming a dying breed. No matter if you like it or not, it's not as many motorcycles out today that was out probably 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. It's the new generation doesn't want to ride motorcycles, don't want to ride in a group, and don't want to have fun.
Because they can't do this while they're riding.
Yeah, they could, but a lot of accidents. You're looking up now.
I was gonna get on Facebook and see if there was anybody that was on
All
here.
right. So did you go through your things? Where you
Yep,
at?
I did.
Oh, you're already
Got 'em,
caught
yeah.
up. You've already
Got 'em.
said it.
Yeah, Harley One Trevor's on.
So where are
We've
we
been
at
talking to him
today?
today.
We're in a grocery store. We're in Fred's. What's it called? Fred's what?
Fred Myers.
Fred Meyer. They got a Starbucks. So we're sitting in the Starbucks. We could have went back down where we eat lunch at Moe's at what town was that?
Tom's
Oh, Tom's,
in
Moe's.
Seaside. We were down there the other day too, but
We could have done a live from there, but we had like 2.5 hours to kill, and they only allow you to park on the street for free for 3 hours. So we probably could have got away with it, but
there you go. We talked to him that was Tuesday.
yeah.
Retired
So
Squid 65. He's out here somewhere on it.
West
Sherwin.
Coast.
Yep.
Keep thinking West Coast, but this looks a lot like up here. Looks a lot like the East Coast does when you get up around Maine and I don't know all those little
New Hampshire, Vermont.
This looks a lot like that. There's a lot more trees here, a lot of wood. Almost everything somebody told me today when I was talking on the live the other day. We came on yesterday for a quick live, and was telling everybody about how almost all the houses, everything out here is made out of sticks. And they said, well, because they got so much wood here, it's actually cheaper. But we did pass a concrete plant when we were coming up. Because I said, man, if I could load that up and take it back to the old garage, save me some money. Anybody got a backhoe or a dump truck you want to loan me? They want to charge me to bring rock and level it off. They want 10 grand. And
5,000 for materials and 5,000 for labor.
And it's like my brother said, go rent a backhoe, which I may do still. But I'm thinking for $10,000, I could probably buy me a freaking dump truck or a freaking backhoe. Backhoe I could probably always use once in a while. And you're always doing something. Move some dirt, dig a hole.
We're all in that category.
But
He said, a dying breed. He says, easy, Bob. I'm old and resemble that remark.
we all are. After today, wait till you hear, which we're not going to talk about today, because we're going to take the rental car back. We had quite an adventure. Luckily, she grabbed the camera, but she didn't get the camera at the very end, which was the most exciting.
Yeah,
I
can't say why, but I couldn't do it.
Well, you could have, but you didn't have it in your hand. You laid the camera back down. But we do have.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
We had it mounted on top of the car before all of it happened, and so we got it all fixed up, and nobody will ever know. So no evidence is going to come out until after we get home next week. We'll tell you all about it and show you the video. We're trying to remember that now. When something tragically happens, get that camera, run for it.
I did. I got it out, and he looked at me, and then just kind of continued on.
So we're gonna invite everybody out. So we got two things going on tonight. We're going to talk about Las Vegas, what kind of events. They're not having the Bike Fest or Bike Week, whatever the hell they kept calling it. It's been so long, I don't remember what it's called.
Bike Fest, I think
it was Bike Fest. And so Red Rock Harley is going to have a big event. They're going to have all kinds of neat stuff going on. So we decided it's going to be the same weekend that they would have had Bike Week, which we kind of came back for. Let's go on up to Vegas and check it out. So right now we've got a campground reserve, which is part of our close to our 1,000 trails. We get to stay for free. But if a bunch of you come up and you all stay at the same hotel, maybe we'll come up and stay at the same hotel that you do. So if you guys are thinking about coming up, that's what I was saying, is if you wanted to fly in that weekend and rent a bike over at the Las Vegas Strip one, they rent Eagle Rider. If you watched the video the other day I put up, the dealership's kind of looking at them all. You've seen the big rental counter that they have there. So you guys could call ahead and probably could get you a bike rented. Tell them you're with Bob and Tams. And who's the manager there?
Justin Crowder.
At the
main
strip, store.
At the strip.
Okay.
The other one's Mike Clem, and the other one
is... That's who sent you. What was his name again?
Justin Crowder.
He sent you. Do the Bob and Tam show. Maybe we'll get a discount for you on bikes. If not, let me know, and we'll see if we can get something for you.
Well, Mike and Diane was talking about coming up. They live down around the Phoenix area. If he's in town, I know he goes out a lot, so I don't know. If they come on tonight, we'll ask them. They were interested in it. They wouldn't know if it was worth going to.
Well, what's going to be going on at the dealership? The dealership here at Red Rock, they had the best. This has been about 5 to 10 years ago. Me and Art went out there. Best wet T-shirt contest I have ever been at. And I don't know if they're going to, I think they're having one of those, but they're having all kinds of neat stuff. Plus, they're going to have a ride and all kinds of stuff that's going to go on. And it's just, Red Rock is just it's outside, it's off the strip. So you're not in with all the congestion. But right next door to Red Rock is a couple of great places. One is one of the best places to eat breakfast at, and it's called
Cash House A Go-Go.
Yep.
And right on the other side of that is Vamps.
And who is Vamps? For those of you that watch Counting Cars out of Las Vegas, it's on that. I think it's on the History Channel. Janny, that's his bar that he owns.
And
a
he
lot
plays
of times,
there sometimes.
yeah, a lot of times he's there, and
With
maybe
Count
we can
77.
get a hold of Horny Mike and get something set up with them too. I'll do that too.
So did they win? Did the Georgia dogs win? Bulldogs?
All right, is she, what are we at here? We got 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes for our guest. Randy comes on. She's going to come on and she's going to tell you guys all about what's going on in Vegas. And that weekend, like I say, we've already made plans for it. And the second big thing that we've got coming up today is we made a bunch of phone calls today to Sturgis. And we're going to talk a little bit about places to stay and what's going on in events and all kinds of stuff and where we're going this year. We already know now, kind of got everything ironed out about what we're going to bring you this coming year for Sturgis.
Yeah, on the wall.
Where?
Right there. Yeah, right there.
It's just the paint's chipped off the wall. Paint's chipped off the wall.
There. Now you can't see it.
Let's see. I want to put this on my new page. Let's go back. Close that down. Hey, put that thumbs up. I only had 6.
A thumbs up if you're on. So I guess the Bulldogs must have won. My grandkids didn't let me know. My grandkids got a whole lot of stuff going on right now. Well, 2 of them. I haven't heard from the other 2. They were up in Napa this week. So, is Brandy on?
I think she is. She might just be sitting back. She might have a block up too.
We're going to have Brandy on in a few minutes, and she's from Red Rock.
1 minute. 1 minute countdown.
Harley Davidson in Nevada. Robert Armstrong's on. Please hit the like button. Yep, it says 55 people are watching. I don't know how many says thumbs up we are.
I don't know. I was doing my thing here to post this so it's on.
Is it on Facebook too? Oh, on that site?
Okay.
All right.
It shows. I have to update it again. 52 people are on.
Mine says 55.
Could be wrong. I don't have any chat coming. Did I freeze? No.
David's on. Hey, David. How are you guys doing?
There's my chat's back. All right. So let's go ahead
Not
and.
as good as a blizzard, but pretty close. Because I don't like coffee.
Here.
All right. So Brandy,
she'll be on in just a few minutes. She's coming from Red Rock Harley Davidson. That's part of the Las Vegas family of dealerships. And put your ear thing in too when she comes on.
No.
So you can hear.
We don't. Otherwise, we can't hear her. We can see her lips moving. So you're going to ask her about that.
It echoes. It echoes really bad when we have, because when she's watching us, it's live. But when you're on as a guest, if we ever bring you on the show, you'll hear, you don't have to put the earplugs in, but if you don't, then you'll hear an echo from us.
I don't know. I
so
can't get that from my
you got to go in your right ear.
That's what I was trying.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, but I can't see you.
My camera, I sent you guys a private chat. My camera is way broken. It's okay. I can turn it on, but you're not going to see me. It's like blue and yellow lines.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Well, so what we're going to have is no face of her. We should have had her send us a picture. We could have put her picture on there. But that's okay. That's okay. It'll work. It'll be for next time. We'll know. And let me turn our sound up so we hear you a little better. Okay. So Brandy is from Red Rock Harley Davidson out in Las Vegas, and you guys got a big event coming up. And what's the dates of your event that's coming up into the month?
We do. We have a really big event coming up. I'm really pumped about. And again, I apologize for not having our camera ready. I would have loved to be on the actual show. So we have the brawl coming up at Red Rock Harley on September 30th and October 1st. So it's the same weekend as we would typically do Las Vegas Bike Fest. But we are in the we don't know zone. I guess there is no Las Vegas Bike Fest as far as we know.
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, I know Eagle Rider posted some dates, so I was kind of curious. I was going to reach out to them and see if maybe they heard something we didn't. But as far as I know, we're the only ones in town that are going to have things going on that weekend. We've got a stunt show by Ride and Destroy, so it's a stunt competition and a show. We've got riders coming from Australia, Canada, and of course the US. We've got a few local riders. That's going to be pretty neat. We also have a tattoo competition and show, and we'll be tattooing here at the dealership. So Trip Inc. is going to be doing that. Our bar setup is going to be really unique. I'm really excited. So if you've ever been down to Hogs and Heifers, some former employees will be here at the bar. They're called Brass, and they'll be doing a show and serving drinks up. So that'll be really fun. We have axe monkeys. They will be here with their big trailers, so you can throw some axes. So something for you to do and not just be watching the entire time. We have a few vendors that I'm really excited about. So Delacruz out of Canada will be here. We've got Reflections Details. They do wraps and detailing. The Fast Babes from California, Nevada Riding Training or Nevada Rider Training will be here with a big 10x30. I believe they've got live activation where you can put on goggles and kind of see what it's like to ride a motorcycle if you've never rode a motorcycle. Law Tigers will be here. We've got Low Slide, Built Well, Chopper Kings, Muck Off, and Grip Street. So those are the vendors. And then we've also got, of course, Fueling, Legends, Lexan, and Dino Jet that will be up right up against the gates for Brawl. So we're pretty excited.
That's cool.
So do you have any bike shows or anything? Is there anything like that going on?
We don't have any bike shows going on, but we encourage you to ride your motorcycle. We'll have designated area for everybody to park their motorcycle. The most of our real estate will be taken up by activation, so we are highly encouraging you ride your motorcycle.
Yeah. We always recommend that at a rally. Anytime motorcycle event, it's if not, you're parking a long way walking in.
Yeah.
Which should be accepted, but what's so funny, every year I feel like there's a car that wants to come right down the middle of the driveway and have us move everything so that they can get their car through to try to park nowhere. Nowhere close.
Yeah, we tell people that Sturgis is like that. If you don't ride your motorcycle, you're at least parking 5 or 6 blocks away and walking in, if you can even find a spot to park. And then some of these ones, the traffic's so bad, if you're not on a motorcycle, you can't hardly get around. I guess the other thing I was going to ask is it's probably been 10 years since I came to Vegas for the Bike Fest, and you guys were always well known for the wet T-shirt contest. Do you have anything like that going on this week?
So we are actually working on Las Vegas showgirls. We'd like to have those girls walking around to do photo ops for people. Okay. We have kind of nixed the wet T-shirt contest because
you get pretty wild there.
Yes, we've got it is a family-friendly event, so we decided that was probably not the best thing for children.
That's why I said it was last time I was there, it was probably one of the best ones I've ever been to.
They get a little spicy for sure.
Yeah, they think it's Vegas, so I guess they think anything goes, right?
Anything goes.
Are you going to have any bands or anything?
We will not. We're going to have a DJ the entire time. With the stunt competition, they usually have the bikes running and really loud, so you can't hear live music, so they just do a DJ in the background, more ambient music.
Okay.
So this is our third year.
What's the hours for each day?
So on Friday, we have practice for the stunt competition starts at 10 a.m. Vendor area will open up at noon, but you're welcome to come by early. Well, like I said, they're going to be practicing out there in the lot starting early in the morning before I'm sure it gets really hot. And then so that's Friday from noon to 5. And then on Saturday is about the same schedule. The actual stunt competition where they start the judging will start at 1 o'clock on Saturday. And awards, I believe, are at 4:30.
And no events on Sunday?
Nothing on Sunday. Nope. We're going to load everybody out and
hit the road.
Take Sunday off. Yeah, we noticed Sundays were a little bit slower, so we just decided, hey, let's make it easy on the vendors. Let's make it easy on people that are hungover. They don't have to rush over to get to a poker run or it's Vegas.
So what's some of the closest hotels to you?
So one of the best that I highly recommend for anybody that's doing anything here at the dealership is the Marriott. It's right off of Rampart.
Okay.
That's pretty much the closest one. Of course, downtown Las Vegas, I'm sure the bars down there, of course, are popular. We always recommend people go to the Nugget or the D. Those are closest to the biker bars down there.
And do you rent bikes from your dealership, or is it only from the Strip?
So actually, I'm not sure that Las Vegas is doing rentals anymore. I think you have to go down to Dean Martin now, from what
Well, I
I
see when I was there the
understand.
other day, the Las Vegas store, the booth was still open inside for rentals. But I
Yeah.
didn't talk to the guy. I don't know.
No, I don't think I know. I'm 100% positive that you do have to go through one of their main ones. So it's the one on Dean Martin. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? I lost you.
Internet. There we go.
Are you there?
All right.
There.
Yeah. I switched internet. I don't know. One of our internets must have went down. That's why we always carry two on with us
Yeah.
hotspots. You never know when one decides it doesn't want to work cooperative with us.
so yeah, I believe it's just directly through Eagle Rider.
Okay.
But I highly recommend you stop by our Vegas store. Of course, that's on the Strip, and it's a popular one.
Yeah.
And I guess you have maps and stuff of rides if people want to go out and do some rides and stuff also.
We do. We have little books up front. We try to keep them up there all year long, but just different Valley of Fire, the Mount Charleston Run, Red Rock Loop, lots of riding.
Okay.
People don't realize that we're known for the Strip, and I'm like, you have no clue how amazing Las Vegas is.
Yeah.
The
As long
Valley
as
of
you're
Fire.
not during the middle of summer.
Agreed. Yeah. Luckily, we've gotten so much rain. The humidity is kind of bad right now, but I think I rode in today. It was 70 this morning.
Oh, that's not bad.
So it was really nice.
We're actually over in the state of Oregon. We're in Oregon today, and so over
Nice.
here we've only been about 65 degrees.
And it looks
Wow.
chilly over here. Are you guys going to have any demo rides?
We are. We've actually got some Riding Academy coaches coming in on Friday and Saturday to take people out on demo rides. So
I guess
we
also
just
you're going to probably have some good deals on bikes if somebody wants to buy a new bike.
absolutely, we'll have a full team here ready to serve everyone. Like I said, we brought the Riding Academy coaches in because we thought, hey, let's make the pressure really low. Go out and ride something you've never rode, and not without the pressure of a salesperson with you, so you don't feel obligated. It's kind of like, hey, if you've been wanting to try out one of the new ST models, we've got one on the floor. Let's take you out with somebody that's an experienced rider that'd be a good guide for you and take you out on a good ride.
Sounds good.
Okay. Now, you guys aren't part of Zion Harley, right?
We are, yeah. We've actually got a poker run coming up to Zion Harley Davidson next weekend.
Okay. And that's part of the group?
Yes, they are part of our dealer group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we've got North Carolina, so Raleigh, we've got Zion Harley Davidson, Red Rock Harley, Las Vegas Harley, Henderson Harley, and Mother Road.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Does he still have the one out in
Apache Junction?
Apache Junction?
No.
Oh, he got rid of that one?
Yeah.
We never went to that one, so I just know from talking to Tony and stuff a couple years back when we started talking to Tony about all your dealerships and stuff.
And you know
what?
what?
On the road so much, it's.
No, and I take that back. Superstition is there. It's just Superstition, not Apache Junction.
Oh, okay. I think it's in the Apache Junction. That's we just always called it that.
Yeah,
We've never been to that one.
Yeah, we didn't know about the other ones. We have to
Zion
get on
and the
Tony
one
for
in,
not keeping me up in touch
North
here.
Carolina. Yeah, we're gonna be out that way in the spring.
North Carolina is a good one. I got to ride out there. I did a cross-country trip a few years in 2020 when everybody got on the road. And I got to ride to that dealership, and it is really, really neat. Like the history that's in that dealership. You should check it out.
All right. Yeah, we'll have to when we go out there.
And we also signed up already for, we're all set up to go to Milwaukee. Are you going to be able to get talked into going to Milwaukee with them this year?
I'm pretty sure we've got rooms booked. We are headed that way.
Yeah, that's what she said. When we talked to Tony the other day, and then we talked to your manager, he said, oh, yeah, we got our rooms already booked. I said, well, not everybody can go because somebody's got to stay and keep the store open.
Well, I'm really grateful to be part of the marketing team, so I'm going to have to cover a lot of that.
Yeah, we gotta let everybody know what's going on, right?
Most definitely.
Okay, we will let you go. We appreciate you coming on tonight, and we'll be seeing you. We'll get in town on Thursday, and
we'll stop by and say hi.
Yeah, let you know we're there, and then we'll be kind of filming off and on throughout the whole activity, letting people know what's going on.
Sounds good. And if you guys need a quiet room to do any lives, let us know. Okay. We can figure out somewhere to put you, so you've got that option.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right. Thanks, Brandy.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
All right. So hopefully you guys could hear all that. Our camera went down.
We got a little bit of, I guess our internet went down.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened. So I don't know what happened at that time, that minute that all that happened. Because actually that's been the best internet, and now I'm back on our AT&T, and the Verizon was doing better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Charlie got bit in Rapid City, as everybody was trying to tell you. That's where he got bit on his nose. We were in Rapid City when that happened. So that was South Dakota.
Anybody thinking about going to Vegas for that weekend?
So Mitch was on.
Yep. So if you guys are thinking about that, let us know. You can either email us, put the email up. You can email us and let us know, or if you're one of the lucky people that already have our phone number, you can call and text us.
Or text
us and say, hey, I'm thinking about coming, and let us know. And but yeah, it's still a little warm in Vegas. Well, she actually just said today it's 76 degrees. So holy smokes, I can't believe
it. In.
Yeah, but
so it probably got warmer this
I don't know. Let me look and see what the temperature was. I don't know. And then we're going to get in with some information about Sturgis here.
He's fine now. He was in a 24-hour vet clinic, and they gave him the anti-venom and did some blood work. But
you really don't know how good he is because he ain't with us.
Well, no, he's not. He's still alive. He's with our daughter because we just took the car. We just got a rental car on this trip, so we decided he could stay with our daughter. And I'm not sure if he's behaving so well.
Oh, not too bad. Right now at home in Arizona, it's only 96 degrees.
That's pretty good.
But the humidity is 29%.
Well, that's what she said. The humidity was crazy because it's raining so much.
Yeah, it's 58% dew point. So that's kind of, for us, we're used to the 2 and 3% humidity. So yeah, that's a big difference from what we normally get. So we also put this up just now up on our big group page that we have. It talks all about Sturgis. It's the 83rd. You could have that running across the bottom too. People can see that if they want to join up with that.
This one? There you go.
Yeah. So if you're interested, right down here, that's our new group page we put up. It's only about Sturgis talk. We've got over 32,000 people. Mike's helping us out on this. He's been really being a good guy. We've also got Wyatt's dad, Devin. He's on there as a monitor too, just to make sure you didn't catch anybody out there bad mouthing somebody or cussing or whatever they're doing.
Or trying to sell you something.
Yeah,
that you
we're not doing any some people put GoFundMe pages up. We're not doing GoFundMe pages on there. There's other places for that. People looking for donations and money. We're not doing any of that. This is all about Sturgis, and that's it. Even if there was somebody needing money for Sturgis, we're not going to put it out here. This is an information channel. It's also going to be for helping you. It's kind of like what we do in our YouTube channel, but our
Facebook you guys can all pitch in and help.
Our Facebook page
we don't know everything.
Never really got crazy. I got 2,000 or 3,000, which I appreciate everybody that's on our regular Facebook page. But for this one, that's about 6 months old. It's got 32,000 subscribers from all over the world. It's pretty good. And we're keeping the trolls down.
That's what Mike said.
Yeah. So we get a lot of them, and sometimes you got to look at them. And sometimes I got to look at them because you look at their name and like, I don't know. And then you click on it, you see down in there like their friends or something. You'll see, hey, they got a motorcycle. It might be a dirt bike because they're in China or something. But hey, they still got a bike.
Yep.
So hey, come on in. And more people are there watching to see what's going on. So what we're going to talk about tonight is a little bit about the hotels.
Not really.
The campgrounds. So first of all, everybody's probably wondering about the buffalo chip. It ain't going. It ain't doing nothing. They're having a lot of computer problems. They're waiting for their update to come in. Right now, it's what we already planned from just like last year. You're probably not going to be able to book anything till after the end of September. And if we hear something, we will let you know. We met him going live. She said today when we called, we didn't talk to Rod, but we talked to one of the girls at the counter. And she said, hey, just keep watching the newsletter. If you're signed up for their newsletter, it'll be emailed to you and say, hey.
The second they find out, they said.
So hopefully Rod will give us a little bit more insight than that. But we'll see how it goes. But we probably won't announce it until they've done it because we don't want to oversee what they do.
Crazy.
So
somebody on Facebook, I saw that they're in California. She's like, if I wanted, how did she say it? Something about, I wish if I'm living in this kind of weather, I should be in Tahiti because this was Tahiti weather because it was 70 degrees with like 75% humidity. That was in California, so it was just crazy.
We got a bunch of people today. A bunch of people. Just take a bunch of notes. So we're going to talk a little bit about campgrounds and what's kind of going on and what to expect if you're contacting
I know, we
them.
saw that too. Lewis is closing. The burger place.
I did that. And we almost went by there and we didn't do it because we went to Boar's Nest and spent so much time at Boar's Nest. We thought, we've been over to Lewis. We'll be there some other time.
We'll come back.
But we'll probably do a video. I got footage from them. We went there 2 years ago. In 2021, we went there.
2020.
So we got some footage. So let's talk a little bit about some of the campgrounds we got a hold of today. So one of the ones we were telling you about that had bathrooms.
Cabins.
They got them, but none for anybody but us. Is Days Inn.
We did find a place that does have bathrooms.
That's right.
We're
going to tell you about that. So Days Inn is right now not taking any reservations. Okay, so what they're doing at Days Inn, that's the one, that's probably the second closest one to being in downtown Sturgis. We'll talk about the one that's downtown. So what they're doing right now is you can call, what they do is for up until about the beginning of next month, they let all the people that stayed there this year in 2022 get to come in and reserve. They can have their same spot. Once October 1st comes, too bad. If you haven't booked,
anything goes.
Tough crap. So they do have cabins with bathrooms, but she's already got about 10 people per each one of those cabins that are waiting in line. So don't even forget that. So what you can do is you can call there if you want to call them and say, hey, I want they've got did they have any more full hookups?
You talked to her.
They have, I think she said she still had a few full hookups and she has electric and water and tents. Everybody's got tents.
Well, we are going to have them on. Her son's going to come on.
Yep. So we're going to have a bunch of these people come on in the next 30 to 60 days. We're already getting a bunch of stuff lined up for a bunch of these people that want to come on because they know we do have the power. We bring a lot of people. We did it for Shade Valley a couple of years ago. We booked them like 600 spots within about a 30-day period because everybody was looking and was the 80th trying to get in and nobody could find anything. We found out they had 1,000 full hookups still left. So
we got a lot of places out there.
So we talked to them today too. So we're going to talk about that. So mainly what you're doing there is we're going to have her son going to come on in about probably before they open up, before December 1st or October 1st. We'll probably have them come on, which actually would be next week already. Get him to come on and tell you a little bit about. Not maybe we'll wait till the first week of October. Okay, that'd work. We got something special at the end of October. So there's one. So the next place we talked to, which is the closest place to stay in Sturgis if you want to be downtown, that is the Sturgis RV Park. That's the one where you see the big sign that says Sturgis there. If you look to the right, it says the Sturgis RV Park. That's it right there. Now, I like to be down on the ground. They got some spots up on the top. I ain't big for that. But I mean, if you want to watch from the top, whatever. But we've stayed at the bottom, but not during rally time. We've been there before and after the rally. Right now, what she's doing is putting people on the list.
So what you call and you'll be put on the list for the 23rd rally. Because I think they're kind of doing the same thing as Days Inn. They're waiting till all the people are giving them X amount of time to say, I want my spot for next year. And then once she gets a hold of everybody, then she'll start calling people back saying, okay, we have this opening, we have this opening. So you need to call Sturgis RV Park, put your name on the list, and then she'll call you back as soon as they start booking.
Yeah. So the next place we talked to was the Steel Pony. Steel Pony is the one where the old Full Throttle used to be across the street from the Beaver Bar. Now, we didn't ask what they had available, but right now their website's not working. But if you Google their name, it'll come up with a phone number. That's who you call.
She said they will take reservations. If you call her, the website's not up, but if you call her, she'll take your reservations and get you down.
Yeah. So they still have some cabins left and some spots, RV spots. So there's a place. They got the swimming pool out front and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty nice place. Never stayed there. We've had a lot of people this year that were there and said they really liked it.
I think Professional Monkey said that's where he was going to stay next year.
That's right. If you want to stay with the Monkey Man, you can go over there to Steel Pony, and that's where, when we talked to him at the end of the year, that's where he said he was going.
So last we heard, it might change, I guess.
Yeah, we're not spokespeople for the Monkey Man. You can ask him on his monkey channel.
There you go.
So next thing we got is Happy Hoyle. Somebody said that to us. They went and met him somewhere at one of the rallies, and they said, I kept calling him Monkey Man to see what he'd say. He didn't say nothing. I don't know, professional monkey. There's a lot of stuff that's called professional monkey,
Yeah.
and that's fine. He's got that name. He's the monkey
Hey,
man,
Karen.
and that's just the way it's going to be. So who else we called? Is we called over there to Pappy Hoyle, and what they said, they told us, Jesse said, the hell with it. We're renting cabins and we're doing RV spots right now. So if you want to go to the Pappy Hoyles and book,
Jesse, don't mess around.
that's what she said. Said,
He's
Jesse,
ready to
and we're
go.
like, well, we know Jesse. Jesse don't beat around the bush, and I'm really glad he takes care of that campground because I think he really does. He did resurface the pool last year, right before the rally. He got out there and he got it done.
Thing went in the pool after the
Yeah.
rally.
Oh yeah, they had bad windstorms out there. Just they had
Full
almost like a
throttle.
tornado. Michael Ballard was out there. Some of you, we put it on our Facebook pages, but they had a lot of damage. The skull head had just smashed it all. I got pictures. I never did post it. One of our subscribers went over there and took some pictures of it. They stood it back up, but it's pretty dented in. It'll be fixed. That guy's.
I'm sure that
guy's
guy can
really
fix
good.
it. He's good, yeah.
That welder guy. He's the guy that's inside the fence now. He's got a little shack there.
He's usually out there working if you go to the full throttle.
He's a pretty nice guy, but now they put a fence around him, so I guess they want people to get too close to him.
Well, he's probably wanting to work and not talk to people.
So Pappy Oil's ready to rent, so you can call them, and they're all ready to go. Next place, we got, of course, Kathmandu. You can call Mike. He's ready to do bookings out there, too. He's got cabins and stuff still ready to be available. So if you want someplace quiet with clean showers, that's where we stayed last year.
Always
We've actually been out there.
opposite of traffic.
We've actually have stayed there like 4 times now over the last 15 years that we've been going out to
We've stayed there the most out of any place.
which is really shocking because we bounce around all over the place. And we would do it again this year, but the Buffalo Chip, we're trying something new this year where we're going to be, during the actual rally, we're going to be on the property the whole time at the Buffalo Chip. So if you want to be with us and party with us and do stuff, we've got an area we're supposed to get cordoned off for all of you to where we can get those spots booked first. And as soon as we get with between now and the end of October, we should get that all taken care of. And if nothing else, some of you have already called, but they're not booking anything yet. And so our spots should all be guaranteed per ride. So if nothing else, you just
Jerry and Jill always stay at Kathmandu.
Yeah. So Kathmandu's ready to go. Next place we called is we called out there to Shade Valley. We talked to Ryan out there. What did Ryan tell you?
Ryan said to go on the website or you could call, and they've got things available, and they're happy to take your reservation right now. So right now you can book out there at Shade Valley, and they're starting to have some concerts and stuff out there too now.
They had a few bigger names out there, and there's a good chance we may get one of them on our channel too to come out and talk to you guys. What we're gonna do is a lot of the people that we've talked to here are people that we already know. We've made contacts with them, so we're probably going to bring a lot of these different people come on and tell you a little bit about what they're thinking about for 2023. Of course, nobody knows for sure what we're going to do for 2023 yet, but because it is like concerts and stuff, nobody knows. I can pretty well predict a lot of the concerts that we're probably going to see because a lot of the people come back all the time. So, but you never know how things can change. You know, somebody.
That's going to be on Sunday, so I think that's why they're not going to do anything on Sunday. It's going to be September 30th and October 1st because the Raiders are going to be home on the 2nd. That's going to be nuts.
Yeah, it always is. It's already going to be crowded. Yeah, if you guys want to come out to there, you better book soon because, the Raider games, which we've been out there when the Raiders, it's really not as bad as what they used to be when they were. Okay. Oh, yeah, we got one more. We got kickstands. Kickstands, that's Joy and Kim that's out there. They are already on their website. We could call them, but they're only officially open
on the weekends,
Friday,
Saturday, Sunday.
So that's the only time they're actually answering the phone. They don't take any messages. It tells you on the phone, we ain't calling you back. So you go on their website and you can book everything. Now, just to give an idea, right now they've got the pre-rally price for the bands, which are $175 per person.
This is a kickstand.
Yeah. So if you want to stay down there down by the creek,
the free area,
and in the
where the creek is,
where there's some shade, not all shade, depends on which way the sun's coming up and going down. A lot of people stay there. It's $175 per person. Okay. Now you have to pay that even if you rent a trailer. Now I just looked because they had their website up just to see their price. To rent a full hookup spot just for the rally from the 3rd to the 13th, they wanted $850, $350. It's a weird amount. She said, "What? What's with the $350?" I don't know. It just said $850, $350 is how it added up. Plus, you have to buy.
That's to rent your tent. That's to rent your RV spot, a full hookup. But that's for the whole rally, and then you got to buy your band on top.
Now the bands are actually good all the way from pre-rally all the way to the end of the rally. So if you're going to come there and you're going to just boondock or dry camping, that's all it's going to cost you is that price. But I mean, if you two people are together, of course you're going to spend, you know, $400 for 2 wristbands just to boondock. So, but if you're going to do more camping sites, you're going to have to add more daily rates. So that was just rally time. Okay, so let's turn the page and see what else we got. All right, so we also called Hog Heaven. They didn't call us back. Not surprising.
I think what they said on the answering machine, they said to leave your name and number, and they would put you on the list. So
don't know. That's all we know. We called Ride and Rest. They didn't call us back either. Now, a lot of these campgrounds
are only open during the rally.
Yeah. We did call the Iron Horse. Iron Horse, which is right there by the Ride and Rest. It's on the way going out to Full Throttle. They gave you some, we just happened to go, same thing. They are cheap to stay. But they have wristbands too you got to buy. So like there, we looked at just an electric, they're almost totally out of their full hookups.
I think they said they only
and they said they didn't have any cabins.
All they have is electric water. Yeah, and I don't think they have any cabins left either.
So they're just to get an idea of what they charge, which really wasn't a bad price for our electric and water from the 2nd to the 13th was only $275. But you got to buy $120 per person for the wristbands. I mean, that still doesn't add up too bad compared to, you know, kickstands. You by the time you pay $850 for the rally time, and then you still got to pay the $175 each. That's not a bad deal. That might be the reason why they're sold out.
Yeah.
But their cabins aren't too bad either. Their cabins run about $1,400, and then half of the rally, it's about $900 for the second half, $1,100 for the first. Now they're all dry. There's no toilets or nothing in them. But you might call them if you're looking for a first or second part of the rally. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes too, about people deciding, should I stay for the whole rally? When should I come to the rally? And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Next one is we called Neil's favorite. And Neil's not even on tonight, is he?
I haven't seen him yet. He might be stealthing us or ghosting us. I don't know. What do they call that? We called Socorro Station and talked to Jimmy. So Jimmy said that they have 15 cabins and 65 full hookup spots. All their spots are full hookups. Didn't give us any prices, but they said his campground does have a big pool. It has a bar on the premises. They have music every night. They have all kinds of contests.
You can go on the Facebook and see their pics.
Yeah.
Now we're going to try to get some video from them. We didn't make it this year.
I know.
Too much stuff going on at the end, and we just didn't have enough time to get over there.
They do have a t-shirt contest there.
Yeah. So we're going to try to get some video on them in the next 30 to 60 days. We're going to try to get some video for their campground for you guys, so you can see that too, because we're going to be doing that soon too. Because we've been filming video for the last 3 years of these campgrounds. So we're going to put up one video each day when we get to the series, and you can look at, hey, I want to see what Hog Heaven looks like. I want to see what Iron Horse looks like. I want to see Socorro Station. I want to see all these campgrounds. What do they look like? Well, we've filmed all those already. We've been doing this for over 3 years. And so we have a library of these videos. So instead of shoving them all together, I'm going to cut them up and say, hey, today you're going to see Pappy Hoyle. Today you're going to see Hogs and Heifers. Well, there's no Hogs and Heifers. But
that's in Vegas.
What's the one across the street? We drove through.
Which one?
Steel. No. The one right across from the Full Throttle.
Oh, drag pipes.
Drag pipes. He was only 150. Yeah, that actually wasn't a bad looking campground.
It really wasn't. And they had a big shower house and everything. I was shocked.
Very impressed with that gentleman.
Yeah.
And he was very nice too on the phone, but we didn't call him this time.
No, didn't call him.
And so the last place we got a hold of is one that we're going to try to get some information and more video on them. I talked to them several times over the last couple of years, and it sounds like they might be a pretty decent campground. And what it's called is Eagle's Nest. They are right behind Days End. Probably a little far to walk.
To go to downtown.
Because you got to go,
Because it's up on the hill, I think.
Yeah.
So you have to go past Days End on that frontage road. And then go up the hill, and it's up there.
Yeah.
You can see it from the highway.
Now they're going to start booking January 1st. But.
Hey, Marcus.
What? But they have a place to put your butt. They have toilets in their cabins. And if you call now, you can get put on those lists to be first drawn up to get on there.
She thinks that they still have a couple left.
That's Eagle's Nest, and she talked to Morgan today. And so if you're looking for that cabin with a bathroom, Eagle's Nest in Sturgis, just Google it. I think it rings in their house because I've called them off and on throughout the year. I talked to them a couple times. I don't think I called them last year, but I did talk to them the year before, 2 years before. That
I
I've
think we
talked
called
to
them this year before we went out there. That
We
was
might
it. Yeah.
That's it. That's our list. So a lot of people
There's
want.
way more campgrounds out there than this.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just scratching the surface.
We just wanted
But
to
these
kind
are
of.
some people we kind of know.
Well, we wanted to hit the campgrounds that are around Sturgis and work our way out. And these are pretty much, I think we pretty much covered. We didn't call Glencoe. And anybody's going to Glencoe, you can go on their website and they're probably up and stuff. Glencoe and us, if we've just, with the owners of Glencoe, we'll leave it at that. And
They said just to promote the Sturgis Rally.
yeah,
They would be happy with that.
They didn't want us talking about them anymore. So, hey, whatever. So when we go to talk about Glencoe, we'll get Tony on and Tony will tell you all about it. So we might get him on soon, and we'll do a Saturday or something, and we'll get him to come on and talk about.
We could have Nicole and Andrew come on too, Mr.
Yep.
and Mrs. Thackeray.
Yeah. So, but some of the other things that people always talk about is when should I come to Sturgis? What's a good time? Now we just did a video a couple weeks ago. A lot of you didn't watch it, but that's okay. And thinking about when do I really want to come to Sturgis? Well, first of all, you got to look at the number one thing is when can I get off for Sturgis? You know, if you've still got a job, you got to see what the vacation schedule is. Can I get in? Can I get out? That's the first thing I do before you even start planning, even thinking about doing this, unless you're just going to get wristbands, show up whenever. And
You could do that.
but you could. And so you got to figure it out. What I would recommend if I was coming to Sturgis my first time or my 10th time, I would come next year, Wednesday to Wednesday. I would arrive on Wednesday and I would leave on the Wednesday of the rally. That way I'm there a couple of days before the official rally starts, but yet I'm there for the pre-rally. So there is some vendors and stuff that'll be, we may see that in the next few years, you may start seeing as many vendors there during pre-rally as you do during rally time, especially this year, where this year, once Wednesday came, everything went downhill. It wasn't a ghost town. We probably still had 100,000 people running around, maybe even more than
But
that.
the majority of the crowd was gone.
Yeah, we didn't get a second wave. We didn't get a second wave last year either. So we may be losing that second wave. Now, some people blame it on the schools. Well, if you got a school that's already started in freaking the first week of August, I go find your kids a new school to go to. Because
Your
schools,
grandsons, 2 of them were in
once
school.
again, they wouldn't be going to school if it was my kids. Because it's stupid. Schools are supposed to be going from, you're supposed to be off from Memorial Day to Labor Day. People have lives and people do want to take family vacations and stuff like that. And, and somebody else said that they ought to move Sturgis farther up. You can't. So this is like the best week to do Sturgis. We have, 2 years ago, it snowed in Sturgis on September 8th. And they've had snow, I think last year they had snow in June still, dusting, not a lot. So the weather can really be neurotic. And they're never gonna change the date. It's always gonna be that first weekend in August. It's gonna be that way, and it's never gonna change. So don't even ask for anything to change. And if schools change, so be it. You just won't get to go, or find somebody else to watch your kids. Put them in school for you. I know Monkey Man, his wife had to go home on Tuesday.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I think she had to do that last year too. And it's like, I go find them a different school. Go find a private school, put their butts in. And if you're paying them, you can bring them in when you want. So that would be my recommendation from Wednesday to Wednesday. And just like somebody else on our big Facebook page down here that's running across the bottom came on there and said, we're going for 3 days. What can we do?
Not much.
Well, first of all, where are you going to stay at for 3 days? You're probably not even going to be able to get into a hotel anywhere close. It's only going to rent you 3 days. You might find it, then you might not. If I was going to come 3 days before the rally, when would I come? I'd probably come that first weekend of pre-rally. Come that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Now, are they saying be there on Friday? Or are they counting, 3 days, 3 days, 2 nights? Like the hotels sell it to you.
I hate that when people say that.
Yeah.
Get your timeshare and it's 4 days, 3 nights.
Yeah.
I can never get it straight.
Well, it's usually Friday and Saturday is all you get. So you get 3 days and 2 nights. They want you to go in the middle of the week too. So yeah. So to me, it's how many days you're there. If I'm there on Wednesday, that shows I arrived on Wednesday, and I'm leaving on Wednesday. I'm pulling out on Wednesday.
Nope.
So you count how many
Marcus
days.
says they do Camp Easy Ride to short-term rentals.
There you go. So we may have to send them out there for just a couple of days.
Yeah,
then.
there you go. Tell them they could stay there.
So we're going to talk to Woody about that, because I think Woody really needs to do a big push for that first week to really start getting, because he admitted this year at the Buffalo Chip, way more people came this first week than he's ever had on the property.
Yeah.
And he needs to let people know, hey, we are open. Come on down. Because you can actually get there.
Get your fanny down here. That's what he says.
And so like in Marcus's case, he should already be up and going like that Friday before. And people could come in for that weekend before, be there for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Marcus may already let him do that.
Yeah.
But I know this year he didn't, because I'm even thinking now, screw the concerts maybe next Saturday. What he did this year. This Saturday didn't. Last Saturday he had more retro bands, not retro bands, house band, not
tribute bands.
Tribute bands. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. Tribute band. And I think that'd be better to have Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and push something for the week before and have something on that Thursday and Friday. Now I know he has bands down at Bikini Beach. Bring something. Bring some. Some of these one-hit wonder bands, or some of these bands that aren't, that do the circuit. Because I know a lot of different bands are a lot cheaper during the off time. And if you picked up somebody like her favorite is George Thorogood. She wants to see George Thorogood again. He'd probably be a very reasonable person to come out and play. There's a lot of bands like that they're not headliners anymore. They're playing the casinos and all that. They ain't paying much for anybody to play at these freaking casinos. Couldn't believe it. One year we had Kiss come out to our casino out here in Laughlin. I was like, what crap, Kiss?
Yep, that was very shocking.
Yeah, it was just a few years ago.
Yeah, pre-rally dates are set up Monday prior to the rally.
Yeah.
To the Friday start rally. Had quite a few folks show up early. That's good. That's good.
Is that Marcus?
Yeah, it's Marcus.
But I'm talking already on the Friday before that Saturday. Because Saturday and Sunday, see, that's when the dealership, Harley Davidson out there at Rapid City, they open up Saturday and Sunday. That's their pre-day starts, and 50% of their vendors are on the property. So I think this next year, I'll bet you a whole lot more is going to be there, because they're thinking, oh, crap, we didn't do crap from Wednesday on. And all the vendors said the same thing. They all had a great rally, but when it got to the end, they were sitting around twiddling their thumbs. And we're seeing more and more rallies like that. Myrtle Beach was like that.
Yeah.
Speeds was saying that last couple of days they weren't doing nothing.
Was like that too.
Yeah.
They said first few days were great, and then it just kind of dwindled off every day.
And I think people are coming now early and figuring, which it is. Most of these rallies, they're all like this. They're always busier and more fun at the beginning. The only exception to the rule might be Daytona, because it seems like Daytona has stuff going on both weekends that's kind of strong. So that's about the only one that I see that's strong. So
are you talking about Zach Brown Band?
What?
I know he said Zach Bryan. If he's talking about artists, I don't know. Unless that's his name. It's Horny Biker and his name Zach Bryan. I don't know. I don't know which. We opened the door for Snoop Dogg.
I don't think Snoop Dogg's coming back. And I don't know. I guess, which is kind of sad, because not sad. But I mean, we've got this page running along here. Yeah,
I went about the bottom.
And here it is. That a lot of people, I couldn't believe. See, I'm one of these guys that I'm not into a lot of these other bands that are coming out here. These, I don't know what you want to call them, like that Shine Down, and some of these other ones that are they're just a little. Yeah, I guess they're. I don't know. Are they grunge bands, or they punk, not punk bands. We grew up in the 70s and the 80s and stuff like that, and Ozzy Osbourne and stuff like that, and we listened to Aerosmith and all those kind of great bands back then. And then when these bands here, I guess a lot of these came out in the 90s, I guess, and I guess that Korn rolls into that case, where we used to DJ weddings and high school events. I did proms and all this stuff. And they always wanted Korn, so I went out and bought it. This back when we played CDs. Went back and put the Korn CD in, and I'm like, holy crap! I clicked through the songs. I'm like, I can't tell one song from another. They're just noise, and it's like, I don't know. But I guess when I start looking here at the songs that people are asking for, a lot of these groups are falling into that range. So I guess, I don't know, if you're a Shine Down or some of them other bands that were at the Buffalo Chip this year that were I don't know, is it grunge music? I don't know what I would even consider that. I guess we're getting old. Nobody's put nothing in there yet. So that I don't know. But I mean, when you look at, let me pull up our Facebook page and look at the bands that people posted, and because I'm saving that, because what we're going to do is print that out and give it to Rod, and of your suggestions, and then we're going to tell him my suggestions of what we want, and we should be able to get at least one or two of what we want. Looking for, what the heck? It was just at the top. Now it's not there. Thumb through it. Where the heck is my bands? Well, no, I'm trying to find my bands. Oh, okay, here it is. What bands? All right, here we go. Well, somebody was saying Jelly Roll, and I didn't realize that was a country guy. So I go back and listen to some of these ones when people put it down here. Somebody put Kid Rock sucks. Actually, Kid Rock probably more likely could be there again this year, just for the fact that he's probably one of the only bands that's going to come to a rally that is somewhat current. You know, he's had some hits out here not too long ago. Let's see what else. Now, I don't see any of the really crazy people now that I had before. Well, somebody always said no rap. Bad news, you got to put a little bit of everything in because you have everybody coming out. Like here's one. They put Five Finger Death Punch. I don't know who that is. They always want that Buck Cherry back all the time. And, well, Rob Zombie, Reverend Horton. Well, see, a lot of times you're asking for the same bands that were there last year. They're not going to bring back somebody that was there last year. It's just like Kid Rock. When we said something about Kid Rock to him, he's like, no, he was here last year. I'm not going to bring back a same band 2 years in a row. Now, there could be an exception to that because I say Leonard Skinner is a good chance he could be here because the 13th is actually his 50th anniversary, which would end up being Sunday that he would play. No, 13th, is that Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, I guess.
Yeah.
The last Saturday. Actually, the bands that are on here now is not as quite as rowdy as they were. Like here's somebody put down Power Man 5000. I don't know who that is. Hank Jr., we're going to ask for Hank Jr. That's one of the ones that's been on here quite a bit too. Ted Nugent. Well, see, one of the things we wanted to say when we talked to Rod, he always says like Aerosmith. Well, we had Aerosmith out there. When I started talking to you guys, most of you say you haven't been going out to Sturgis less than 5 to 10 years ago. It's like the first time you ever came out. When we first came out, we never came to the Buffalo Chip. Had no idea. That's one of the reasons we want to spend so much time at the Buffalo Chip. Somebody wanted to roll in stuff. Willie Nelson. You do not want Willie Nelson. We've seen Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson will sing one song. And
he's not even all there anymore.
Because it's called Willie Nelson and Family. Family and Friends. Because even the bus driver sang a song one time when we went to see him. And that was...
Here's somebody wanted Earth, Wind, and Fire. I don't know if that would be...
A lot of people said disco bands.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it, but I wouldn't think that.
Van Halen, I don't think. Well, it's like AC/DC. AC/DC is not going to come out. You could never afford to have somebody like that come out. The Eagles, they're not going to come out here either. They're too expensive. So yeah, you're going to have to look at some of that stuff. Bob Seger, he has tried to get Bob Seger. I don't know. When we asked him a couple years ago,
on his 40th,
we asked him what band would he like to see that he would like to have here that he could never get. And that's what he said, Bob Seger, which I was actually shocked that he said Bob Seger. And I couldn't believe that he couldn't get Bob Seger. And he says every year he calls him and he's like, let me see when we can put you in the schedule. Never calls back. Somebody wants Boy George in the Culture Club. Somebody keeps putting Lawrence Welk down too. That's not going to happen. Madonna's not going to be there. Here's another one, Judas Priest.
Journey.
Here's somebody who said Rubber. I don't know who that is either. The Scorpions, Def Leppard. Like I say, AC/DC isn't going to happen. There's Chris Stapleton. That's one of the ones I think would be a good one to have out there.
Or
as a country one.
Walker Hayes they had at the fairgrounds. Yeah. And it was like, well, he'd be good because he's very
See, Cole Ford plays always, he plays a lot out at somebody put him down several times that I see. He's already played there. I don't think Rod will bring people that have already played at some of the other venues.
38 Special. We had just had some friends in Tennessee went to see 38 Special. They said they were really good.
The ABBA Carpenters. I don't know if people actually put the stuff on here to be funny. But I mean, a lot of that. There's the Black Label Society. That's another one of them ones that are.
That would be good. I think he'd go over well, Sammy Hagar.
And but I mean, I don't know. There has to be a lot of people that want like this Five Finger Death Punch. It's on here again. Metallica. I don't think we're going to see Metallica come out either. And
I only know a couple.
Three Dog Night. I don't know if any of them are even playing anymore.
Somebody said they went
Neil
to see him not too
Young.
long ago.
Neil Young might not be too bad, but geez, how old is he? A lot of people's asking for this Jelly Roll guy. Actually, he's a country guy.
Oh, is he?
And when you hear the song, you'll know who he is.
Mm.
I was like, who the hell is Jelly Roll?
I
There's a
remember
Shine
there
Down.
was
So
some-
here's the ones. I have no idea who these people are. Shine Down, Volbeat, Godsmack, Hollywood Undead, Chevelle, and Scotty Austin. I don't know who Scotty Austin. He came highlighted. So are those all? Scotty Austin's actually from Tennessee, so he could be a country guy. I don't know. But Godsmack, that's really a kind of a head. I don't know if I call those headbanging music. I don't know. Jelly Roll is pretty cool. I don't know. When I listen to those bands when they come up, but then when I start looking and I see what he tries to do at the Buffalo Chip is give you a variety for everybody that wants to come
in one night. So that's why it's like, why don't he just do a country night, one night country? Because he wants, no matter what you want to listen to, he wants to have that night for you. That's what he said. He wants to please everybody every night.
I'll see somebody else wrote today on here that they said Def Leppard is one of the most expensive bands that come out and play at the Chip, which I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how this person knows that or not. But Shine Down here, they're on again, Motorhead, Rat, Nazareth. I don't know if does Nazareth even play anymore. Rolling Stones ain't coming out. There's Cold
Bad
Ford.
Company. Bad Company would be a good one.
Pearl Jam,
Dolly
the Scorpions. I don't know if I'd want the Scorpions to come out. See, it's kind of like they had this year. They had that who was with Ice-T.
BOT. Oh, Bones, Thugs, and Harmony.
And they were almost like Boys to Men. He wants some bands. See, it's like I did.
BOT? Bachman Turner Overdrive? He's got BOC. I don't know who that is.
I hit the wrong one. Clearwater Revolver.
PCR.
Actually, there's only one guy that's still there. That's in the band still.
See, just any 70s talking about Styx, Foreigner, Journey. Well, I don't know. I don't like Journey. I don't like the guy in Journey no more. The new guy they got.
Yeah, we're not big Journey fans.
REO.
See, we always like REO Speedwagon. We like Aerosmith. We like the band I've never got to see live that I'd like to see, which they do come out once in a while. They were out last year, was Boston. But I mean, it's not a rowdy. Normally I would think if you were at
Boston.
if you wanted to be at, that's like us, we've seen ELO, and they had a really good show. But I mean, it's not a rowdy show. It's just hearing some good music. Yeah. And see if you see the part that we're going to talk to Rod about, which I don't know if he'll get rid of it or not. But on some of the nights, you really don't want the bikes out there raising up their engines and wrapping them out. Like I say, if you had REO Speedwagon or you had Journey or you've got ELO out there at Boston A&M, do you really want to hear the bikes revving up during their songs? And I think in something
I get mad. Well, I used to. Don't dance anymore. But when I go to a dance club, and you know how they mix the records, and I like my song from beginning to end when I dance to it, and they'd always cut off the end, and I'm like, that's the best part, and I'd get so mad. And he would do it every once in a while when we would, and it's like, don't ever cut that part out of the song again.
Because you got to fade into the next song.
Well, you can do it some other time, but you don't do it on some song.
I'd say the other thing you have to look at with these bands is there's only a handful of bands every year that go on this type of tour. Not a lot of guys want to play outside at venues. They want to be in a concert hall or something like that, or they want to bring somebody like, let's say you wanted Garth Brooks or somebody like that to come. He's not going to come because he fills these stadiums up and he gets a chunk of the tickets. Well, in a case like this, well, what he does is you're not buying tickets to the concert, you're buying tickets to get into the venue, and the concerts are free.
Camping passes.
Yeah. So the concerts are free if you got a pass if you have a camping pass, which is the bracelets.
So I think what happens is a lot of places when bands come to perform, they get booked at a certain amount and then they get a cut off the tickets. Well, if Rudy's not selling tickets to see the show, then they don't get a cut of any of that. They just get their price for coming there to play. I don't know. I think that's, smart move on his part, because then like when Snoop Dogg cancels, you bought a camping pass, you did not buy a ticket to see Snoop Dogg.
But the people that bought the VIP would be a different story.
Ted Nugent.
Now, see, I'd like to see, which hardly nobody put that down. I'd like to see Queen, the new kid, Lampert kid that's on there now. Is really good. It sounds really close to be like Freddie Freddie's last name? Not Freddie Fender. Freddie
Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
Adam Lampert does a good job. Campy's Red Patrons is the band lineup is stacked toward the front of the rally with lesser known toward the end. Why 70% of our renters only stay till Tuesday.
Yeah.
We've had many stay the entire rally, but the entertainment dies out.
Yeah. And it's true. And it's because I know that because the rally, see, typically the weekend, the last weekend is known as weekend. Locals come in. And you see that. You see a lot of these young kids that live around Sturgis area or anywhere in South Dakota, Wyoming. These kids all come out for the weekend. And you see them on Main Street. You see them at the concerts. And they don't own a motorcycle. They never rode a motorcycle before. And they're here. And so what they end up wanting to do is they know that happens every year. That's why the concerts kind of quiet down towards the end of the weekend. Get everybody out. Get on home. And that's why I said, if it wasn't for me having a YouTube channel, I would never stay past Thursday. We skipped it all the time. And then now, since we've been here for the last 3 years and been through that last weekend, it is not worth being there the last weekend.
The best hotel near Main Street. There's only one motel near Main Street.
Yeah, the close one to Main Street. Well, you got the one on Junction. You also got the Sturgis Inn for $750 a night.
Oh, yeah. $700 a night.
Yeah,
the Sturgis Hotel is right on Main Street. So
you've got the other one that's on LaSalle, which is about halfway. It's right by the old church. It's not a church anymore. And she remodeled the rooms, but she gets about $400 a night for her rooms.
That's Junction.
And then at the ferry, it used to be a Best Western. Now I don't know what the hell name was on it now.
Sturgis Lodge, I think it's called now.
I have no idea what they charged. They had a handful of bikes there, but it wasn't very busy motorcycle wise. So I don't know it was closed, I think, last year. I don't think it was even open. But
Ryder X is on, and he texted me, but I didn't get to tell you what he texted me yet.
Did he get his little thing to work now?
No.
It should work now. I changed it.
Hey,
you get on it today?
Sorry I'm late. Hey, June, how you doing? Yes, it was today. Is that the blue phone? Or the, no. I don't know where it is.
It's over here because it was supposed to be internet.
Oh, look. I didn't tell him. We've had a very
he didn't text us today.
Yes, he did.
A long time ago.
Right there.
Oh.
You have to share something with him. I don't know. They'd be flying in from North Carolina.
But you might have not. That's probably what happened is you may not have gone on. I changed it this morning. I found out the other thing. I had to put you in as an administrator. Don't screw with any of my videos. I had to put you because what I had to do is what we did is we've upgraded our Venmo account. So I have two people. One is my buddy Mike that did shooting for you. If you're watching Topless Tuesday now on our $25 pay-per-view, or a $25 Venmo, $25 Patreon account.
There you go.
They come from Venmo, and that's why I have to upload them in because YouTube won't like that kind of. We're now showing you what he shot the whole time that he was there. So he's got a lot. I've still got a lot of video and a lot of pictures, which pictures are going to turn into videos. So they won't be, the $3 people aren't going to see the topless pictures. It just isn't going to happen. Why? Because it ends up being, not saying anybody's a bad person, but is it Harley One?
Harley One trouble.
Harley One lost his channel because one of his low, inexpensive people turned him in for something. I don't know what, but it's happened twice to him now. And so he's, that's why I said the $3 and $9 people don't get to really see any explicit information. You get to see other videos, and we got more stuff. We're putting pictures and stuff up. Not putting as much on Facebook anymore. We're putting more stuff on our Patreon pages than I do on my Facebook. Because there's too much stuff on. She's putting stuff on Instagram. So some of the pictures she's taken has gone up there. Most pictures I've taken, I've been putting up on Patreon for the $3 people, giving them something to look at.
Trying to get you guys all taken care of. So Ryder X wants to know if anybody's going to OC Bike Week. Ocean City.
Yeah,
that's
that was what else we wanted to talk about. Rallies are coming up. Also, this weekend coming up is I think Lake of the Ozarks are both going to oversee because I guess
overlap each other.
Yeah, because I think Fairing Exchange is the one that's going to Lake of the Ozarks, so they wouldn't be at Ocean City anyway.
I don't know.
They had an incident happen, which we're going to talk about, but
just pray for him.
Fairing Exchange.
Yes, follow from Fairing Exchange. Yeah. approving and declining people on the Sturgis. Oh, Roger X said he's been approving and declining people on this. Okay, so he's also one of our mediators on this group of pages going by. Roger X says. Him and Mike are helping us out. And Devin. How's it going with the new shop? That is sweet.
Nothing's going on right now. We're
Because
going.
we're here. We're in.
So I did call my brother,
Washington.
and he may come out. He's an electrician. He's actually been an electrician for a long freaking time.
There you go, Ryder X.
What I've learned, I should have been an electrician. I would have been a lot better electrician than I was ever an auto mechanic. Electricity is a lot, well, for me, probably for my brother too. Electricity is a lot easier to understand than working on cars were. So we'll see how that works.
They had a bad storm.
Who?
He said,
yeah, Adam. I
and
seen that video the other day. Luckily, he didn't put none of his stuff up, but the poor little Mini Cooper got banged in the head by the guy's thing over there. Adam will let him go. Adam's just a nice guy. He'll probably say, no, don't worry about it. Can't you be over there? Fix my man, fix my car, fix my car. Just tell her pating and get it over with.
Yeah, don't say pating to her. She'll.
So does anybody say they're going to Ocean City?
Somebody said they're there now.
Are they?
Chris Baker.
So what's going on? Are they having any concerts? They've spent so much money. He's advertising. The same promoter runs that one that does Ocean City, also runs Panama City now. And he's advertising all of his Panama City bands, but I haven't seen nothing for Ocean City. Is there any big concerts? He had Kid Rock last year there.
Yep.
Are they having any big concerts in Ocean City this year? We didn't decide to go because we decided we weren't going to drive 2,000 miles across the United States, turn around and drive 2,000 miles back. Same reason why we decided not to drive 1,500 miles to Galveston and go back. What it cost us with the camp.
Right said yes, tons of good bands. I don't know.
I didn't see nothing advertised by him. So, once again, we're not going. But the bad thing about Ocean City is there's nothing close for us, like in RV life. There's nothing close for us to stay. You're driving 50 miles in, and I'm not going to do that anymore. If we're coming to videotape an event, we've got to be on right there. If we're not there in the action, I'm not doing them anymore, just for that fact. And we're not getting rich off of this, so I can do what I want. So
we already kept our promise and made it to as many rallies as we could in 2021. That's right.
And nobody will ever beat my numbers. And we're probably still going to go this year to more rallies than anybody else did next year. And we're just going to Daytona. We'll probably figure we're going to do Leesburg and Panama City, but we're probably only going to do one-day visits. Maybe Leesburg might do two. But Panama City, we might go over one day, stay all night, come back the next day. If I find somebody who wants to shack us up for Panama City. Anybody live down around Panama City?
Speaking of like
somebody we met down there that owned a house or something down there.
We met a gentleman in Brooksville, and I got his number and stuff, and I texted him and told him we were coming, and we'll meet you out there. They just bought some property.
Oh, that's right.
And he never wrote me back, so I don't know if I wrote his number down wrong. I don't know. So anyway, speaking of Lake of the Ozarks and Ocean City, we've had quite a few patrons ask if we were going to set up a compound at either. Do you happen to know of any adult campgrounds in that area that has entertainment as such? Can't seem to find much info online.
Not really.
Lake of the Ozarks.
Used to have Party Call.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the only thing I could think of.
No, there's not any. There's really no. See, that's the difference. That's what's wrong with a lot of these rallies is there is no venues that come in just for the rallies like they do. Like you got a Cackleberry, and you've got Full Throttle, and you've got all these different campgrounds that open up. Sturgis is the only one, other than Daytona, that has two that open up during Bike Week. The rest of these other things, like you go to Ocean City, first of all, there is nothing there. It's out there on a peninsula. It's like Galveston. Like Galveston's actually got some campgrounds out on
the peninsula.
Yeah, nothing to
They actually got a bunch, yeah.
Now, Galveston, you could go out to the fairgrounds in Galveston, and what was that guy's name? It was the same guy that used to wear the hat at Buffalo Ship.
I can't think.
We got his phone number. If you're interested, Marcus, let us know, and I'll give you his phone number.
Oh yeah, for Galveston.
Yeah, he's got it's the fairgrounds he rents out, and it's a lot of adult stuff there. And now we never went there, but it's the same guy who was a promoter that used to be down. It's not what's Ding Dong's name? Go. It's not Go.
Oh no.
This is another guy. He was never on the TV show. But he used to do all the games and stuff and activities there. I don't know. If he wants the number, let us know, and we'll private message us or whatever, and I'll give you his phone number. But I mean, it's too late now. Well, not really. It's November.
Yeah.
So you might consider that. That's not too far from you, from Florida.
Yeah.
So that might be something to look at. But I don't know what kind of outcome they have. They're about 30 miles from Galveston. So
do I have your number, Marcus? I don't even know if I got Marcus'
I think
number.
we do. So if you're interested, let us know, and we'll get you that information. But that's the only thing. When we started looking at Ocean City, we have a couple. I think one of our campgrounds, Coast or Thousand Trails, has a campground which is like 30 or 40 miles or 50 miles away from it. But other than that, everything seemed to be more hotel-ish. If you want to stay in a hotel or maybe an Airbnb or something like that.
Kicks, Jackal, Jasmine Kane, the more. That's who's going to be at OC. I need beauty rest.
So
contact info would be greatly appreciated. Okay, Marcus, we'll look up some stuff and get it to you.
Yeah, because that's the only one. Then that's what sucks. It's like in the Ozarks, you could probably find some ground for you to put your tents on, but you're probably not going to find a party campground. But we do know a guy that's up there, and another YouTuber, and we can get a hold of him after the rally because I think theirs is this weekend too. Now, see, those were kind of ran over this year, back to back, because Lake of the Ozarks, they never moved there, so I don't know why they're kind of overlapping each other.
Because last year we went, it was like 2 weeks after our anniversary, so it would have been
Lake
this
of the
weekend.
Ozarks bike week.
It would have been this weekend.
Events and schedules, because I just got a thing saying that just start seeing the events that are coming up. September 14th through the 18th. It started today. Today's the 14th. So Lake of the Ozarks is starting right now. It's the 14th through the 18th. It's got some great riding up there, but we lived in that area, so it's not a big deal to us. But Lake of the Ozarks was a pretty neat rally, and they actually got a lot more vendors this year. Fairing Exchange is going to be there. I forget the list of.
Watch out, Jerry. Rider X is going to go out on you here.
And but see, they only have the one a year.
It's fun. It's a fun rally.
City Bike Week.
Not much vendors, not much riding, but it's a fun rally. Rocky Point. Yeah. Mitch always said that.
Party. Party.
It's like going to Bourbon Street on motorcycles.
And anything goes.
Welcome to the PNW. Are you guys freezing yet?
Yeah, so it started tonight. I think I got Jasmine Kane. I wouldn't put her as a headliner, but she was tonight. So their show started tonight. They got Kicks. I don't know who that is. Thursday is Destruction. No, they're just the lights. Jackal. Well, Jackal's not nobody big. Travis Tritt. How many freaking rallies can Travis Tritt play
I think he's done all of them.
I think he's going around a second. Zach Brown Band would be kind of neat to hear.
Till Friday. So Rider X.
Godsmack, another that's headbanging. What's this last guy? Chevelle. I never heard of them either. That's their bands. I mean, he didn't really have any big headliners. Let's see what he's got for Panama City. Panama City.
Sturgis House on Main Street.
Thunder Productions. Let's see what they got going on. That's the only one that I see. I haven't really seen Autumn lineup. So he's got whoops. I don't want to rent a condo. Thunder Beach. Let's see, who do we have? Where's the bands at?
Sponsors, merch.
There it is, lineup. I don't want to buy tickets yet. I want to see the lineup. Buy tickets and see what they show us. Autumn Rally. Oh, that's Autumn Rally. Where the heck is the
Travis Tritt? Who's that?
He must have got a discount on them all.
3-day VIP. So let's see if it says who's coming there now. Nope, doesn't say.
No, I can't believe it. I get all this crap in the mail from them.
Rider X says, yay, whatever you did, it just worked.
Oh, I told you I did it this morning. But for us, it was afternoon for you.
Yeah.
Because it was like 8 o'clock this morning, so that's 9, 10, 11 o'clock your time.
Yes, I knew
just
what you meant,
don't mess
Cam.
with nothing.
And I'm not too bad.
The only way I can give it to you without me doing a lot of work is put you as administrator. So I know Michael won't do nothing because he's a professional photographer and he's got a bunch of websites that he puts stuff on. I don't worry about. I got so much. I got a lot of X-rated stuff that he sent me that I can't. It's got nothing to do with Topless Tuesday. He's a professional photographer. Oh, I got a lot of that stuff too. Somewhere at home.
Bikefest.com, he said. OC Bikefest. He's looking at Panama City.
I already seen the OC one. I already looked at that.
Time for a cocktail and a flick. Thanks. What y'all doing? See y'all in Daytona. Camp Easy Ride. There you go. If anybody wants to just ride your motorcycle in, not have to bring a tent or chairs or pillows, sleeping bag, fans, any of that stuff, go to www.campeasyride.com and Marcus will.
And if you've been seeing him around, he goes around a lot of different rallies. He's down there in Leesburg. He's down there at what's that campground?
Windy Acres.
And that looks like a really fun
campground.
If you see, we have a free one we're staying at that's like 25 miles away. So I don't know if I want to pay to go there.
Well,
he might put us up. Yeah, they might let us put us up. But it looked like a real party place. And I'd like to just spend time there. And you only need to go downtown one time.
Hi, Marcus.
Experience that. So Marcus is a pretty neat guy. He's got hot tubs and stuff. Other than the buffalo chip, he has mimosas in the morning and all that stuff. He can't have any alcohol at the buffalo chip.
See my earrings, Matt?
She lost an earring.
I did.
She's good about that.
I haven't lost one in a long time. Moonstone. No, I don't know what they are. They're probably just
El Cheapo.
Crystal, yeah. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive.
Walmart.
No. It's they're what did I always used to buy? Brighton. That's what it is. So heading to bed. Long day. Bye, Chris. If you email me your phone number, I will give you Ryder X's phone number and you guys can talk. So email us your phone number and I will give you Ryder X's phone number. That's okay with you, Ryder X. I'm sure it is.
You don't care.
Is this
he likes everybody calling?
Yes, it is.
His wife's pretty soon going to say, "What do these girls keep calling? Who's these phone numbers?" She calls me. Oh, did your wife ever come back from the Caribbean?
Yes, they were talking about. She's been in Costa Rica for like a month.
You better watch out. She may not come home.
She's home. That's what they said. Did you get any clean socks yet? Is Angie home yet to wash your socks? He said, yeah. He was down to one sock.
You can't put them in your dryer, wash your dryer yourself. I can at least do my own laundry if I have to. I did the whole time when I was staying with Michael. I did my clothes because that's where you found that Mexican dishwashing liquid I was using, or laundry detergent. I said it didn't smell so bad. Remember what's that called?
Purell.
No, it wasn't called Purell.
Because I still got it up in the cabinet.
See?
But 9 times out of 10, you brought it home and I washed it over the weekend. Yes, you did. So I remember I had to fold it all up and stick it back in the bag. I probably had to wash my uniforms too. No, I washed your uniforms too. You had enough for 2 weeks. I only came over for 2 weeks. So I don't have enough socks the last 2 weeks. We're going 2 weeks now. You got enough socks for all 2 weeks? I don't know. I don't show any more underwear in my suitcase. They're packed very conspicuously. They're on the very bottom. How much crap she brought. We're going for 2 weeks. Are you going to stop and do laundry somewhere? Then I would have had to bring laundry detergent and all that crap. Just buy stuff for the day. Buy a little bottle. Yeah. Come on, those little machines you put a quarter in. They don't have the kind I use. I mean, bad hotels in Lucy are like charging $300 a night. I know, it's crazy. All those places do that. I do my own laundry, but the stock don't do that. So she likes to go to the laundromat because she gets spoiled when she goes home because she does it all at one time. And so within an hour and a half, about an hour and a half, we're out of there. So we go in there, and we usually answer comments and all that stuff. We're still behind on comments from Sturgis still that we're still trying to get to. So if we haven't answered yet and you get one that comes up and says, hey, we're over at the Buffalo Chip, come by and say hi. If I say, hey, we didn't catch you, we're just not getting back to you. We're not there anymore. Next time you guys are in Raleigh, you'll have to ride your rig driveway free here. Okay, Joe. Here, where you at? Email me. Do I have your information? So what we have to do is, a lot of you come on here and tell us stuff. You have to email us because we never go back and look at comments. Like we get that all the time. Somebody will say, hey man, you want to stay? Like we had somebody that we could stay down by not too far from Panama City that she can't remember. I've got his name, but I texted him and he never responded. So apparently I don't know if I wrote the number down. But we have where do we get it from? We might have got it off of here or. So if you don't email us, then it's at least writing. We can go back and look at it. Here, Marcus says, stays on the house at the compound. Would be happy to have you guys. Message me closer to the event. Okay. Yeah, because we'd only stay, well, I guess it's only a couple of days anyway, Leesburg is. How was the rate at the Comfort Suites? They're talking to each other. That's his price. Bob Ryder X left extra socks here when he was Whoops, I didn't click that one. Price goes up each night through the week. Of course it does. Everywhere. Well, it's like here. We were going to leave early here and maybe start going down the coast of Oregon.
we've never been on the coast of Oregon. So we're going to drive the car. And I want to do a ride with Art as soon as he ever gets time off. He's got time off now. He's got to go to the doctor and the dentist and the eye doctor. So I don't know. Maybe he's thinking about retiring. Maybe he's thinking now about getting everything checked out so he can retire. Maybe. So if he gets done, well, if he just get a month, take a month off is what I tell him. Then we'll go do some of these rides that I want to do. And because he hasn't been doing a lot of riding either. And so he's way out of shape. He used to be able to ride anywhere. He get on his bike and ride to New York and stop and get gas, and that's it. I mean, he could. He never got tired of riding.
He was the last few times we did long rides. He said it hurt his back. He's got arthritis in his back.
He needs to get a seat like mine.
Yeah, he does. So Ralph, guy's got the bulldog on the back of his Honda, his yellow Honda with the bulldog.
It's a Honda.
Yeah, it's a
trike.
Yeah, it's a Goldwing, I think. It says Sturgis is having a big music festival coming up. The band's galore.
What weekend's that? Is that this weekend?
I don't know. He said coming up. Didn't give me a date.
We gotta find someone with a private plane.
We know somebody. What, he just drives around? Dean?
No, he said he doesn't fly no more. He got rid of his plane.
Well,
he had a plane he was leasing.
Well, maybe we can get Willie to loan Dean his plane to fly us around. We know somebody with a plane that can't drive, and we have somebody that can fly but doesn't have a plane anymore. Can you put my extra socks in Emma's bed so she can sleep better? You make some good old North Carolina when you any kind of barbecue is good for us. We were looking for.
But we don't like vinegar barbecue sauce. We like sweet barbecue sauce.
Oh, it's a 2019 Harley Davidson.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was. When you said it was a Honda, I was like, I don't think it was a Honda, but I could be wrong. Not wrong very often. Who was wrong? Who was wrong?
He told me it was a Honda.
No, you see him drive by all the time. You don't know what a Honda and a Harley looks like? Yeah, it is burgundy.
Who's got a yellow trike that rides by all the time? It's got a dog on the back.
He's got the bulldog, don't he?
I know. Yes, he does.
He's the only guy I know.
Somebody's got a yellow trike with a dog, and it's a Honda. Sorry.
Admit you're wrong. See, she don't like to admit she's wrong either. Tell her you're wrong. Tell everybody you're wrong. I said if I could have been wrong, but I wasn't. See, she's worse than I am. She can't even say, "Oh, I screwed up. I'm wrong." What? See, y'all think I'm the bad one. She can't even ever admit she's wrong. Sad, isn't it?
Because you never say when I'm right, you never say it.
I say sometimes I'm wrong. I said, here, I could have been wrong. But I could have swore I would have thought he had a Harley too.
And I
don't know what color. I couldn't have guessed the color, but I thought it was a Harley because you don't see. I do see some. See, that's the difference. See, I never really realized that Harley was really the only one that really made a trike. Then all these other bikes you see, like a Honda or what? Well, Boss Hoss makes choppers. I mean, trikes. But most of the big motors, like a Honda and all that, Indian, they never made a trike. And I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
I'll be there.
Harley was the main one that built trikes.
He's gonna make us this sweet barbecue sauce blended with Jack Daniels. Because they've got one. Is it at Fridays? I like. That's good. It's got Jack Daniels. What's your email, please?
Click it up there.
There it is. So email us, contact us at bobandtams.com.
I'm going to show you what it looks like here. You kind of see, it doesn't look as good. There it goes. It's turning blue. That's not been too bad today. We got the sun out most of the day today.
Yesterday was really nice.
You may not have been able to hear us either. The microphone was turned that way too.
It was really nice the other day.
I just kind of wanted to show you.
Good night, Jerry and Jill.
We do have sun still. It's here. It's only, what time is it?
We've been on an hour and a half.
6:30 here. Still early.
Just Andrew Fidges to paint a chopper yellow. He says it's universal power color. Yellow is my favorite color. So that's why I thought it was yellow. Somebody's got a yellow, unless I'm thinking of, was that a Honda that I was looking at that was down there at the Indian dealer? It didn't have a dog on the back. I don't know.
Probably one of her dreams.
No, Bob and Tam. Did you get it? CBD is the
CBOs.
coating on TAM stones. It's a CBD.
See,
Is the coating on TAM stones. I collect loose gems. So is that what it is? I don't know. It's a Brighton. That's all I know. In the earrings match.
she's had them a long time.
Yeah.
Probably over 10
'Cause
years.
when I used to work at my work, they had Brighton stuff, and you could get it, and they would take like $10 off a paycheck until it was paid for. So that's how I got all my Brighton stuff. I never looked at the prices. Thinking where are you guys at? We are in, well, right now we're in Oregon, but right across the bridge is Washington, and we're staying at Long Beach, Washington State. That's where we're staying. But right now we're in Warrenton.
Which is more stuff's going over here. That's the
And
difference between us
Better
when
internet.
we travel the coast. And that's bad. If you ever do a lot of traveling on the California coast, no matter what you say about California, they got some of the beautifulest coastline you can ride on. And when we come to especially now since we've gone around the United States and seen all the different coastlines and stuff, nothing compares to California's coastline for riding a bike or just sightseeing and stuff. Now, when you come here, it's kind of the same thing here. You really don't ride on the coast. You every now and then you might see it. I mean, these freaking beaches here could be a mile long, a mile to get to the water. And it's like, and there's nothing on the beach. It's not like, in California, you got all these bars that sit out on there. It's kind of like going down to the Caribbeans or going down to Cancun or Cabo or something like that. It's got beaches that you can get on, and they got the bars and stuff sitting out on them. But when you come along here, it's like here, we just spent a whole day in the Seaview, Seaside.
And we're staying in Seaview.
It's a real long stretch. It's got all these great little shops and stuff in it, bars and all this neat stuff. But when you get down to the water, there's nothing down there. It's a freaking mile to the beach to get to it. And there's some hotels there, but I mean, geez, you probably need binoculars. You're on the top floor, you need binoculars to see where the water is at. I mean, it was just I don't know. But I mean, not bad mouth in Oregon or Washington or any of these like this, but it's just in Florida's like this, Texas is like this. All on the East Coast was like this. It's, until you've traveled all these states and you actually sit back and look at them. Same thing I say about Sturgis. Sturgis is the #1 rally in the whole freaking world. There's nothing like it. If you've never been there, you need to put it on the bucket list and get to it before it's too late.
Yeah.
And the other ones are not fine. And all the rallies are different. And people say that, aren't they all about the same? Well, yeah, they are. But what makes it a lot of them the same, especially the big ones, it's a lot of the same vendors you're going to see at all these different rallies. And I think the same thing with Fair and Exchange, why they're thinking about, they're doing like at the Ozarks instead of going to the OC Bike Week, is because, hey, let's try a different crowd that we're not used to seeing. Because a lot of, like at the Ozarks, it's more of a locals crowd. Yeah, probably, what did we count that day? We have 1,500 bikes there down Main Street.
Yeah, on Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah. So, it's not a big crowd. They probably got 10, maybe 20,000 people maybe show up. Who knows? But I mean, there's a lot of great riding there. There's a bunch of different bars that have bands and stuff going on. Jackal played there that last year when we were there, and it was a pretty neat rally. Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. I definitely want to go back to that. I might put that on maybe next year. We'll have to see what time they plan for 2023. I'd like to see that one again.
Never rode to the Keys.
No, we keep saying we're going to. You need to find somebody. I can't say what's behind my ear. Where were we at today?
Oh. Yeah. Wait till you see this video coming out. Well, I didn't know first. I thought you meant you had your thing still on. Yes, we had quite the adventure today. I did PCH from San Francisco to LA a few years, 20 years ago. It was amazing. But the best ride is from San Francisco up to Washington State.
See, the thing that most people don't ever show on YouTube is these guys show these rides. They never show you the great places to stop. And we did this probably, 15 years ago when we went up the first time with the car. We've done it we did Mustang. It once. First time we went, we didn't have a convertible. And then the next time we had the convertible, we went down. And then the next time we went down with the motorcycle.
think we only took the convertible up. We only had the Mustang. We had the black one, and then we had the tan
I
one.
don't know. I thought maybe we rented a car or something.
No, we could have, I guess.
And it seems like we've been so. But I've done back when you had to look stuff up in books and stuff. And
We used to live down there by the OC, and we'd always go up there to Mercer. We'd do all that ride. Whenever we'd go up to LA, we'd go up along to the coast and go up through Hermoso and Redondo and all those.
I know all the back ways.
Yeah, to
people that lived in California their whole life, they always wanted to go ride with. Where you guys ride now? We're going to go up to Venice Beach. Well, what are you doing at Venice Beach? Well, if you've never been to Venice Beach, you have no idea what you've seen or what you've missed.
What you haven't seen.
What you haven't. There's people that are on like America's Got Talent show that actually started down on Venice Beach.
Venice Beach. The guy that used to spin the.
Oh, this is years ago.
Yeah, the. Oh my gosh, what was it?
Washer and dryer and stuff.
On his chin and stuff, he would like.
He was a Russian.
Yeah, he was on America's Got Talent, and we saw him years before that on Venice Beach.
Oh yeah, there used to be a great mime down there that was really a good guy. That did
and the guy that
we haven't been there in ages.
Played the guitar, electric guitar on a skateboard.
Yeah, he used to be. You thought he was like
Iranian.
And one time when we went there so many times, and we finally talked to him, he was like, "Dude, I'm just a normal guy. This is a routine."
He wore a big turban on his head, and he had the big long outfit on. Yeah,
and he was also, no, dude,
he was in a lot. If you look on some of the older TV shows,
he's in the background.
And some,
he said he was on.
Movies.
He was on like 500 or 600 different TV shows. He was paid to be on. He was in the background, and I mean it's just a really neat place. Well, I know the back way to get there from Huntington Beach, how to get there without ever getting out onto the main road. I can keep you. We go through all these different neighborhoods and all the stuff, and same thing when you go to San Diego. I'm the same way. I can take you where you can actually see the sea lions that nobody knows they're really there because they're behind a motel. They're right there by the motorcycle, right on the road, and there they are. See them all the time, don't you?
Yeah. Well, the other thing, when I first started riding, I had my Sportster, and we were down along the coast, and he's like, "Let's go up this way." And Sherry and Art was with us, and so he goes up this hill. I don't know. I'm following him, and we had to go through this really skinny between a stairway and a fence, a chain link fence.
Because there was only a walkway.
And you had
if I get that big old full dressed Harley through there.
But it's straight up a hill. So I'm following him. You know, I probably had my license 2 months, and I get up the hill and I slow down and go, and I make it. And Sherry's like, I ain't doing that. So they went all the way around and came back and met us on top. She's like,
well, she don't like going driving on the rock road.
When you got up there, it was doing something. I did it. What's your opinion of Vegas Rally? There's not going to be one.
Yeah. I'm not a big, I've never really, well, see, the West Coast just sucks for rallies. No matter which one you go to, they all suck. But if we would have had one this year, I was only looking to spend all my time at the dealerships anyway. Unless the Pawn Stores had their benefit ride, I would have done that. I don't mind doing rides with that, but I'm not paying to see vendors. No, that doesn't happen with me, and I'm never going to do that again. And
watch the rally that we did when we went up to Reno. That's the same vendor that used to come down to Vegas, and he'll tell you what he thinks of that guy.
And he actually is in the background while I'm talking about the dumbass.
His name's Randy.
Moron. That's why I said I can't believe how, like up here, they have one here. It's a motorcycle rally. We didn't even know what was going on. The Oyster Run or something they call it. And I'm like, I didn't even know anything.
It's the 25th.
They're like, oh, it's a big rally. Oh, it has like 5,000 or 10,000 people. It's a small town rally. You know, they used to have one that used to be called the Redwood Ride. Somebody said it was the Hell's Angel one. I don't know if it was or not. Me and Art were going to go a few years ago to it, but we never got that far to going. And but you know, we used to have Hollister. It's pretty much gone. They still have a little bit of stuff going on down there on that weekend still. Reno sucks. Hot August nights. The only thing going on is what's the town? Hot August nights. Virginia City.
Oh.
If it wasn't for Virginia City, I wouldn't even ever go back there. You can go to Virginia City any weekend and have a good time.
That's his name. He has a middle name too. You want to tell him his middle name?
Asshole?
No.
Dumbass?
And they're going to Milwaukee. We're going. You did not see the video, Tom?
That's right.
We're going to Milwaukee for the 120th.
We're going to be there for the 120th, and you want to hang around with us because we're getting with all these dealers, just like the one we just had on here. They're coming out there. I didn't realize I'm going to have to get on Tony for him not letting us know that they bought another dealership.
Well, it might have been theirs.
No, he's always told us all the ones I've asked him. He's never said that one.
I don't mind. What's your favorite rally? He just told you.
Sturgis. There's nothing. That's one of the reasons we're going to be giving you information. Started tonight. Actually, started a couple weeks ago. We did the one about what if you're thinking about going to Sturgis. Here's some things you should start thinking about. Because there's people. We got 31,000 people that started our new Facebook page down here about 6 months ago. That they're all waiting to know what's going on about Sturgis. Well, we decided that we're going to take that initiative to give you that information year round. We're supposed to be getting some information soon from the city and also from the Harley Davidson dealer. We're already working with Buffalo Chip, and we're going to be trying to give you the most up-to-date information as it's being planned. Now we're going to be meeting with a lot of these campgrounds here real soon, which we just gave you a list of some of them. We just got hold of today because no matter what name, you could be another YouTuber watching us. You don't have the connections that we've made, because what makes us have our connections is because we've been doing this for 3 years and this is all we do. We don't have another job. We're retired, and I love to help people and to be able to get you this information that we have. And we've got this, and it is, any of these campgrounds will give anybody information. You can get on the phone and call all these people too. That's how we used to do it.
And I think Mike, actually, he had got on and called a whole bunch of the hotels for you guys and found out the cheapest ones, the ones that still had rooms and all that. So
maybe we've got Mike to do that again.
We've got all these guys helping us.
We got Ryder X,
we got Neil, we got Mike.
Which is nice because we've got this channel, and the same reason a lot of these guys are actually monitors and stuff, administrators on my Facebook page here, and we have to prove everybody. So if you get on there and you don't get approved for some reason, just email me and tell me who you are, and we'll look you up, and that's fine. But we're looking at these people because we don't want these spammers on here. Now, I'm still getting a few. I got somebody trying to sell T-shirts. We got 2 people today that were trying to have raise money. Got nothing to do with. First of all, we're not even going to do that. I'm telling you already. We're not doing any GoFundMe pages. We're not doing no charity money. This is not what this page is about. This page is about sharing and giving good information and help people that want to know anything about Sturgis. So if you need to know information, or hey, you've got good information, come here and help answer questions for people.
Yep.
And that's what this is all about.
We even told the chamber. We told them about it and asked them if they wanted to get on. If there was any questions they could answer, they could.
And if we get a chance to get with Sturgis, because Anessa from 160 Biker Chick, she puts some information on every now and then about her, and it is where Marcus puts stuff on here and stuff. We don't mind people putting advertising on here that pertains to Sturgis. I do have a photographer that's actually from Oklahoma. He puts it on a little more than I'd like him to do, but I let him do that because he's in Sturgis. He takes those fancy pictures. He sets up studio. Tell my buddy Mike, he ought to be doing that.
Yeah.
Or Art likes to take pictures. I said, we could probably set you up something like this at one of these campgrounds that we have and get these sexy photo shoots and stuff with these girls. And I was hoping Mike might get the bug after he went to Topless Tuesday. He said he did, which you haven't seen all of his video yet. I haven't even looked at it all yet. He said he had so much fun. He was so thankful. And he did. He flew in. Stayed at a hotel. Yeah,
he drove to Gillette.
Drove
from Gillette. Drove up to Topless Tuesday
that morning,
and then stayed there. Met a whole bunch of people. Went back to Gillette. Met a whole bunch of more people there in Gillette. Drove back to Denver. Got on the plane and drove back. So he was gone 3 days.
Yeah, and he paid all that money to come out and just do Topless Tuesday. And he was
tickled pink.
Once again, he's been doing this since the 80s, and he's
the 70s.
Nah, the 80s, and very professional. Very professional.
Still mid-80s today. My bully's pants. I know.
And but yeah, so Mike's a great guy, and some of you got the meeting, some of you didn't. If you were at Topless Tuesday, he was right there in front, next to
Prime Cut Pro and Awesome Documentary.
Yeah, he was with those guys. They were taking turns going to the bathroom and holding each other's spots and getting beers and stuff. But Mike had a great time. He met a lot of great people, and especially afterwards.
It's funny to hear you call him Mike. We've always called him Michael. Beautiful weather here.
But his close friends call him Mike. You ever noticed that? They don't call him Michael.
When your village.
I'm going to run over here real quick. I'm going to get a refill.
Yeah, he's going to empty so he can refill. What? So, anyway, we had talked to a bunch of campgrounds, and most of them they said you could call. They would either put you on a waiting list where you could put your name down to get on to be at that campground. There's a few that were taking reservations. Ryder X, if you're still on, I see him now. Eagle's Nest has cabins with bathrooms, and I think they still have a few available. So it's Eagle's Nest. It's downtown Sturgis. It's it's on LaSalle. You go out the frontage road. It's right on the 90. You pass the Days Inn, and you go up a hill, and it's there. So it's really close to downtown Sturgis. Not probably walking distance, but probably one of the closer campgrounds to Sturgis. And there you go, Rider X. Did you hear me? Finally getting a little cooler here. I know. He just looked. He said it was 95 back home, so it wasn't too bad. Hi, Scott. You're doing great. Thank you. Thank you. We're trying. North meets South Hog Rally in Reno this year, late June. Street Vibrations is going same time. Oyster Run is in the Anchorage, Washington. Small rally, one day only. Yeah, well, we talked to, because Larry from Bugslide lives here in Oregon. When we were going through Oregon, I knew he came home before we went to Myrtle Beach, so I texted him. I said, "Are you guys still home?" I didn't know where they live, and I thought maybe we could meet up with them. And he said, "We just left this morning to go to Myrtle Beach," and he said, "But are you guys going up to Washington for the Oyster Run?" And I said, "No." So I looked it up to see when it was. I thought maybe it'd be going on while we're up here, but it's not. It starts on the 25th. I think it's the 25th and 26th of September, so we're going to miss it by a weekend. So anyway, we're not going to be going to that. So North meets South Hog Rally in Reno. So is that like a hog run? North meets South. Because Street Vibrations goes on, at the same time the Oyster Run is. Okay. I knew it was that. Send me that contact information and via text if you don't mind. Okay. I will. Rider X. I still didn't get from, it was Joe, was the one that's already out? Or no, Casey, what was his name? That was in Ocean City. I don't think he ever emailed me. Well, my goodness, this won't go up and down. Hello, there it goes. Was it Joe? Oh, Chris Baker. So he didn't, Chris, if you're still on, email me your phone number so I can give it to Rider X. And Rider X, I'll send you that info. Does the ship have any cabins with bathrooms and AC? They all have AC, but I don't think any of them have any bathrooms. They just have an air mattress on a platform, and they might have a chair. They're pretty plain Jane, the cabins at the Buffalo.
I think you can get, I remember we were there last year, they were getting new refrigerators in. So I think you can ask for a refrigerator. You can get other things put in it. I don't know if there's charges or not. Maybe we'll get some more of that information this year.
The Buffalo Chip does not have anything up and running yet. Their computer systems, they're redoing them or getting a new person or something.
I think they're getting all new software. And what happened was last year, they had the same problem last year. They got all new stuff put in. That was right after the rally.
It was right
during the rally.
The day the rally started, they got all this new software.
And they couldn't check people in. It was a mess.
That was a horrible
time. So now they were trying to get in right after the rally. It was supposed to have been there, but they said September 6th or something, or 9th was supposed to be the day. What they supposed to be. Well, we called today. Still in trouble. We haven't talked to Rod. We'll probably get a hold of Rod here. What is today?
Today is Wednesday.
So
You're Wednesday live.
Maybe you try to get a hold of him tomorrow.
Rod.
Yeah, let him know what
we're doing. Colorado
doing.
Already in some parts. I bet Sturgis sooner than later. I bet it is. I'm surprised you guys haven't gotten snow yet because Ralph's still in Sturgis.
And he said he's not leaving until October, I think he said.
You're welcome, Joe. Rider X, sounds like you need a new IT company. I think I've got somebody that we can get them. I think it's mostly their software. Do you do software? I don't know. Rider X, it sounds like the Buffalo Chip needs a new IT company.
Well, I don't think it's the IT. I think it's the software. That's whatever they're doing.
Whatever runs their program for all their reservation stuff. I don't know. Farmer's Almanac calling for a cold, snowy, long winter. It's usually right. My grandpa lived by the Farmer's Almanac. It didn't do nothing without that. Missing you guys here at Bike Fest in Lake of the Ozarks. Sorry. Radiant particles.
And we may do it next year. This year was just kind of screwed up for a couple of reasons. One, we built a garage, and I got to get that done. And we're hoping that it'll be done before we leave for Daytona. And because we want to at least have electric, and Emery's going to help us with getting the heating and air conditioning system in it. Trying to get my brother to come out. And get my brother come out. Brother's pretty handy. And he's like me, but he's got more industrial experience than I've got. He's built stuff too. He's built.
If you've seen pictures, they don't look a lot alike now. But when they were in grade school, like if you get both their first grade pictures together, they look like twins. You can't tell them apart.
My brother's short. Brother's older than me. He's, what is he? 4 years older than me?
No, 5.
5 years older than me, and he's shorter than me now.
Well, he's always been shorter than you.
No, when I was a little kid, he was taller than me.
No, when he graduated 8th grade and his brother got married, it was like this. This was Bob, and this was
I
his
wore
brother.
my brother's in 8th grade. I wore, back then my brother got married at like out in a pasture or something, and so
Just had a sports jacket.
Yeah. So when he
for
got,
his 8th grade graduation, he wore his brother's sports jacket that he wore at his wedding.
Yeah. So I was already as tall as he was then in 8th grade, and then.
Well, this will tell you how small he is. When we got married, his brother had to go to the boys section to get his tux.
Yeah.
I do. I'm thinking of doing part winter in Vegas. There you go. That's not too far from us, Ralph. Laugh out loud. Yeah, we've got some stories. And wait, we've got, after today, I don't think much would top today's.
Oh, it could.
Well, I hope not. It was pretty harrowing. I heard you ask it.
I didn't even
around
cuss.
the ground. No, he didn't. But I got the camera out. He kind of gave me a double look, but he let it go. But yeah, it wasn't.
Could have been a lot worse. Could still be there.
For a long time. You always have friends who can do electrical, HVAC, have an RV and a lake house with a boat. There you go. Yep. So anybody wants to come down, help out if you're in this area, down
well,
in
if you've got any, well, then my brother tells me he knows how to epoxy floors too, and he did it. We used to work for the big Dial Corporation over in St. Louis. After me and him had a garage for a while together. I started out having a gas station. When I was 18 years old, I owned my first gas station, and so from there, I started a garage, and my brother had gotten laid off. This is like in 81 or 82. My brother was a welder down on the railroad tracks, and he lost his job. So I said, hey, if you want, I'm going to go open this garage. I already got a lot of equipment already. We used to do mufflers. I had a pipe bender for bending exhaust and did brake work and all this stuff. And we wanted to open a garage. And so he's like, yeah. My brother really had no money. And so I kind of put him under my wing and started him. And he stayed with me a couple of years. And then his wife wasn't happy, wasn't making enough money. And then they ended up getting divorced anyway. And so then we went to, my brother left me, and he went and got this great job working at Dow Corporation in maintenance. So he did electrical maintenance, and he did that for, I guess 35 years or something. And he retired from there.
Until we take the rental car back.
Can't tell them the story? No.
No.
Can't tell nobody.
He said, you guys tease us all the time.
Well, he's the worst.
We told somebody something. We're like, don't tell Ryder X. We told you that. He'll have a fit.
But they knew before you did. I think it was the people you stayed with.
Can I boondock in your shed? I promise to pick up the dog.
We're
going to have a hookup on the side of the garage. So, yeah.
It depends on how we do it. But we're thinking now, I'm having a heck of a time trying to insure this building if anybody's in the insurance business. To insure a building that sits on a private property by itself. I can get the building insured, but I can't get the contents insured. So we're thinking about going to talk to the city about putting an RV permanently on the side of the house, trailer, of the garage. And I can still put an extra dump and all that kind of stuff, electric over there, and extra stuff over there. So we're looking into that because also the electric would be a lot cheaper for me if I put a residence on it. So now it's from
there. He's like, what? You tell somebody something else before you told me.
Hey, you're not supposed to use all capital. He's the one that
shame on you.
He boycotted a couple of our good subscribers that way. I don't even know what it was.
I don't remember what it was either.
It might have been.
You already know about it now.
Was it the noise, the clunking?
Oh, that might have been what it was. Yes. Yeah, I think it was. We were just talking, and he said it, and I'm like, you're not supposed to tell anybody. He's like, well, the video's coming out the next day. That's how mad I am. And he wrote in caps. He's yelling at us.
That's the problem when you're not over here where we're at. See, if you were around us more, you'd know what's going on. You're clear across the United States.
And he kept saying, what's wrong? What happened?
Well, nobody, I'm not telling you during that time, no. Well, but that was done out in Sturgis. If he'd have been there, he would have already probably knew before anybody else did. If he would have followed us over to, because we had the bike fixed.
It was the first
the Saturday, the first Saturday. Oh no, the
That's
second
when we
noise.
went to Laconia.
No, the second noise is what those people knew about. Nobody knew about the first noise. I didn't tell nobody. The second noise, the compensator making noise. And then one guy wrote, "I told you that's what it was." I said, "That's true, but that wasn't the noise that I was looking for originally." After I got all that fixed and pulled it up to speeds that next day, that's when he said,
When it went conk conk when we turned it off.
I said, "Well, it's been doing that for a while. I just assumed." Well, same thing about that bike's always been hard to start in neutral since I've had that bike. He says, "Oh, the guy that sold the compensator said, oh, that's going to make neutrals better." I'm like, how would that make the neutral shift better? It does. So if you've got a Harley that's hard to shift into neutral, have a hard time trying to find it, sometimes you just got to turn the bike off and get it up that way. You need a compensator.
I heard you write something about that to somebody, and I thought, what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, but it doesn't make a difference. Mine's a whole lot easier now. I just barely touch it. It slips right in the neutral all the time.
Well, you couldn't start it. Didn't you have to start it neutral there for a minute?
But I'm thinking the switch was bad, but I've never had it. Well, it ended up being one of the campgrounds we were at. Where we were at?
That was in Myrtle Beach. Because nothing worked. The
palm
wouldn't work.
When we went into Myrtle Beach, stayed at the state campground there. Is Steven still on?
He was.
We don't know what the hell's going on with it. There's some kind of radon or something going on over there. My palm wouldn't work half the time. I couldn't start the bike in gear. I had to start the bike in neutral. I couldn't pull the clutch in. It wouldn't work. I'm thinking, now what the hell's wrong with it? You know, we're playing with it and all this stuff, and it would still do it off and on.
The kickstand was all loosey-goosey?
We haven't fixed that yet. I'm waiting for the rack. I'll buy a new rack. You should do the donation for that. I was watching this guy, a YouTube guy, that all these people are putting bad stuff about this YouTube guy. He's not a motorcycle guy. He's an RV guy. And when he first started out, he had all these pages. Well, I guess it wasn't really GoFundMe pages. I think it was just people sending money into like an eBay account or something. And he wanted to buy a solar panel. It was like $5,000. And people within a couple of weeks sent him $5,000 so he could buy a solar panel for his RV. Heck, I only need $2,000 for a new lift.
What was your first RA? I don't know what RA is.
Repair order?
Bob and Tam, what was your first RA?
I don't know what RA is.
I don't know either. Get it up that way.
Rally? Was he trying to say our very first rally?
Oh, maybe.
First rally we ever been to is Laughlin. Laughlin River Run was the first rally. We rode that without a motorcycle. First time we went, we drove the car. Yep. That was probably the very first thing. That was probably when we first moved to California.
2000, it was either 3 or 4. Probably 2004, because we went Michael in 2003. We probably went that next year with him. So
I think the first time we went, I don't think we went with Michael the first time. I think the next time we might have took the motorcycle. That we drove that Honda over there the first time. I don't know which one it was. We got over there, we almost ran out of gas. Had no idea how far. Didn't realize how often you have to stop and get gas.
We didn't realize
we never rode that far on a bike.
Between Barstow and Needles, there is not a gas station.
No, there is. Goof.
Well, there's that one, Ludlow too. There's one, but I mean, if you want to pay 3 times the going rate, back then it would only been $3. Now it's going to be $10. Yeah. Crazy.
It's more expensive here too in Oregon, and California's going to be worse.
Yeah. So Laughlin was probably our first
Laughlin River Run in Laughlin, Nevada. That was the very first one, and that's probably close to 20 years ago, maybe even longer than that.
No, Mindy doesn't ride motorcycles. The oldest daughter did, but Mindy will not.
Well, her husband wants a bike because they ride in California because he has to go to work, and he could carpool a lot better with a bike. And
like I used to do.
He'd like to get a bike, but he just wants that extra money they don't have, which he should buy now because they want to get it. Their oldest son's old enough to drive, and we originally going to buy him a car, and Dad said, I want to get his first car. You can't buy him one. I'm like, all right. I was going to buy him an old truck, and old Ford truck he wanted, but he had to come out and help me work on it. And that's one of the reasons we were building a garage. So I could get a place to get it worked on, and then he had to learn how to change the oil and work on the brakes and all that stuff. He didn't have to paint it or not. I could paint it without him, but he had at least help me sand it down or whatever, make it look. Dude, I'm not just going to hand him a truck and he can just drive. He can work that way. Got to at least know something about it.
My dad did that. I wasn't allowed to drive my car until I changed the oil and changed the tires.
Did you get a free key?
No, it was 50 cents, but it says it's closed now.
What? You get one more key before she leaves?
I don't know. I can go check.
We're almost done anyway.
So anyway, yeah. So Mindy doesn't ride. Kimberly does.
Yeah, Kimberly used to. She doesn't ride anymore. She had a boyfriend back when we lived in Missouri that she dumped the bike on her, which I didn't know he had a little. That was really one of the. Might have been the first Harley I ever rode on was the 885 Sportster. I don't know. I don't think when I rode on Jason's bike, had already rode on the other. We had already rented bikes out in California before that. I think we did. So that was when we lived in Marthasville.
Yeah. So we'd already been out to
Yeah,
California.
so I rented my first. What I did is a long time ago. I've told the story a couple times. We got these deals for like I don't know where I even got them at. They were these coupons I got for $99. You could rent a Harley for the whole weekend. Pick it up on Friday, bring it back on Sunday, and we rented it and go all over the place in California. We just go out to Mulholland Drive and right up the coast and all that stuff. And that's when I got my taste of riding a Harley. The first one was just a classic that I rode, and we rode that. Got pictures of it the other day. I showed her a picture of her sitting on it, and her little helmet's on. It looked like she was riding it. And then
and one was a Kawasaki, because I think you took me in a parking lot. I think that's the first time I tried
that
to
was
drive
when we
a
rented from that other
Kawasaki.
guy. That guy that had that little gas station.
Oh, yeah.
We had a couple of these $99 deals. Then once they got away, then they wanted to charge me like $150 for the day. And it's like, no way, I ain't paying $300 to ride a freaking motorcycle around. So then there's another guy that was up the road here for like $100. You could have it for the whole weekend.
Pick it up Friday and drop it off Sunday.
And so we would rent it from him, and he had Goldwing, and he had a Kawasaki, and a couple other old bikes sitting out there. Just old bikes he rented. Hey, it's just a bike. I ride just about anything. I'm not proud.
Not going there. We're going to Daytona 2023. We're not going to Biketoberfest this
And
year.
we're not doing none of the fall rallies. Not doing Myrtle Beach, not doing Ocean City, we're not doing Panama City, not doing
Myrtle Beach.
Well, Leesburg don't have a rally in the fall anymore. They only have their spring rally now. Not doing Galveston this year. We're done with rallies. We're done with this whole year. We're not doing anything other than going to Vegas for that event that they're. Now we may do other events like that are close by. If there's something going on in California or something going on in Arizona, Nevada, we definitely might go over for a weekend and be in a weekend event that's close by. But not anything that we're going to. See, that's the problem when you look at this stuff. If I go all the way over there to Ocean City, let me look and see what Adam's even getting for views, and so let's see what Adam's got. He probably put a video up yesterday. I mean, the rally, he hasn't put a video up yet that actually started yet, so you can't blame him for that.
That's our Mindy baby. That's the youngest one.
She was just on a video the other day.
I know.
Oh, Adam's getting close. Got 9,000.
All right.
You guys need to go to Adam's site to help him out with this 1,000.
If you haven't subscribed to Adam Amswell, go and subscribe. He's trying to hit 10,000. So get on there and go to him.
So actually, he's been doing pretty good on his videos. I mean, he's only had 1,800. The one he did for Ocean City was 1,800 he had yesterday. 1,900 arriving at the convention center. 2,830 is the disaster strikes Ocean City Beach. Hazards of being at the bike rally. That was just that little short video. So yeah, it hasn't. But you got to look at it. If you just looked at what we, I don't know. Gas is cheaper over there. I don't know who's over by Ocean City. What's the gas right now for diesel?
I think what's his name was on there. Joe Casey. Yeah. Hey Joe, what's the gas prices up there in Ocean City? A1A is nice down there. That's about the close you're going to get to the ocean.
I would need 445 gallons of gas to get there and back. So 445 times what's gas running over there? Is it 450 a gallon?
I don't know. I was waiting for. It wasn't Joe Casey. What was his name?
Diesel.
Diesel is what
so let's just be nice and say it's $4 a gallon, which I know it's not that cheap. So I would need $1,800 just in gas. So let's go ahead and say it's $2,000 because it's probably going to be more than that traveling across. So you take 2,000, then we're going to have to stay in a campground. How many days is the OC rally? 5 or 6 days?
No, I think it's 10.
No, it ain't 10 days. They didn't have that many bands. I don't think most of Wednesday. Well, it probably started Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It started today.
Well, if it ends on Sunday, it's only 5 days. And it's not going to end in the middle of the week.
It started. I've got
today.
Ocean City.
Started the 14th. Started on the 14th.
So it's done the 18th.
Yeah, so it's 5 days long. So you figure that if we'd have to spend, let's say it's just $150 a night, if we could find a campground that would go that route, that'd be another $600. So it's $2,600. $2,600 to get out there and stay and get back before I even did anything. So I would have
gas prices are about $3.50 a gallon for premium. So it's about the same as what usually diesel is.
So
Chris Baker's one. Okay.
So it just depends. Plus, we're going to spend more gas money because we're going to be driving 50 miles away from the rally. But I mean, airline tickets. If you looked right now for airline tickets, which we got some tickets. We have somebody special.
Thanks,
We're going
Radiant.
in October that we're going to be telling you guys about when we get there. I know they're not telling you yet.
Sorry, Ryder Ice. I was trying to find a picture of our other daughter, and she doesn't have any on Facebook.
You gotta go to Instagram.
Oh yeah, she does mostly Instagram.
Let's see. A bunch of people on our Facebook page. It's really big. It's busy. Jeez.
What?
I was going to look and see what airline tickets are to go to Ocean City. What airport is close to Ocean City? See, 4-day rally, all that way for 4 days, I'd never make enough money to even pay for going to it. Let's see. So tell me what's close to Ocean City. Leaving from Las Vegas. JKL, Las Vegas. Las Vegas to where are we close? What's BW? I don't know what BW is. I asked him for give me a town that it's close to.
With all these teasers.
I don't know what BI.
BWI.
Is that the airport?
BWI.
It doesn't tell me nothing. Yeah, let me go on Arbor.
What airport initials are BWI? Boston International?
Gee, that's that far away?
I don't know.
Seems kind of far up.
Airline is BWI. Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay, let's see what we got. Flying to Boston?
No, Baltimore.
Yeah, BWI. And let's say, well, it's kind of late now. Let's go ahead and pick 30 days from now. It's too late now to pick the days. So let's say the 12th. We would have flew in the day before, the 11th, and we'd stay till Monday.
I don't know if it'll give you.
I'm just looking at Orbit. Oh, I'm going ahead. I'm going 30 days in advance to get that 30-day price break, just to see what airline prices are right now, to see if that would be cheaper. He could pick us up from the airport. Still thinking.
I don't know. My oldest daughter doesn't take very many pictures of herself.
Actually, it's not too awful bad. Okay, that's the first flight. Let's get on. Let's get my flight going home. Flying home. I'm not looking for. Normally, I look for non-stops. I don't know. Oh, this is going through Spirit too. Now we would not have flown Spirit.
No, they're her stories.
Let me go back. Let me go back through that because we definitely aren't flying through Spirit. Spirit wasn't too bad. It was $250, but you can't bring any luggage. You can't do anything. You Las Vegas to Baltimore. Let's check again here. What did I say? The 12th to the 17th. Search. Searching again. So what do we got? I'm flying on Sunday. Steve's flying up there. Where are you coming from, though, Steve?
I don't know who said that.
Somebody right here. No. Steve here said he's flying there on Sunday. Rally's over on Sunday. All right, let me get out of here because I'm definitely not flying Spirit Airlines.
Steve says he's flying in on Sunday.
Here's American flying in. Let's see if we got any non-stops.
How are you guys doing? I'm doing good.
Doesn't look like they have any non-stops. So let's pick that one.
Facebook.
Flying American. I'm going to skip all that. I'm going to go back down.
Facebook Live. And see who this is.
It must have been United, I guess I was looking at. So flying in United.
So Daniel. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Pied Piper, how you doing? Where from? Yeah, that's what he's asking. He didn't write back. San Diego.
So what's the cost from you from San Diego to Baltimore? Right here, looking at United, it's $500.
A person?
Yeah, to fly there.
$1,000.
Yeah, it's be $1,000 just for us to fly.
And we got to rent a car.
Well, even if he picked us up and took us there, now we don't have a motorcycle either to ride. So,
I don't know.
That's what's bad about a 4-day rally. 4-day rally is just right now with the price of gas and doing things. Well, see, Ocean City kind of just sucks because if we were planning on coming home to do Las Vegas, if we would just stay there, wait for Myrtle Beach to start, because I think Myrtle Beach is the next one, isn't it? Myrtle Beach is after Ocean City.
And I think so, yeah, because it goes Myrtle Beach, Daytona, and then Panama City.
Yeah.
So they're kind of go
And
backwards.
then, so you would, like we did last year, we would end up in November being in Galveston again. And then we would go home after that, and then we started up again in February. But it's just a long time. She don't like to be home that long from home. Oh, he says he don't have his ticket yet.
No.
Are you flying for work?
That was a good one. Or if you've got frequent flyer
miles.
miles.
Yeah,
Like
but
you do a lot of flying for work. A lot of people have that. We have a few friends. My mom worked for TWA for a really short time.
Prime Cut Pro, his buddy that does awesome documentary, his
Ricky?
wife works for some big airlines or something, and they get tickets for $41 each way.
Standby.
Yeah. But so far, he's gotten every flight. That's why he did Arizona Bike Week last year. He said if they were down to the last airline leaving, he says, if it doesn't have it here, we're done. We're not coming back tomorrow. And they got on that plane. And so, yeah, for $41 for $82 to fly anywhere around the United States round trip. That's why he did a lot more rallies this year. He also went up to Laconia, and they got the same deal up there, $82. And they do rent a car. But, hey, for $82, two guys coming for that's $164.
And I think they brought a tent too, because they were staying in a tent. So
they probably bought a tent and threw it away when they left.
I don't know.
But yeah, they stayed in the tent and only paid whatever that tent spot was there. So yeah, especially when you're guys, you can do a little bit more than that than when you're with somebody who won't sleep on the ground no more.
No, for work, he's gonna go.
Yeah.
Plan on flying ride for the next Sturgis with a diva. I need some tips. So no, you can rent a trailer at the Buffalo Chip. You can do that too.
Do Jack's trailer.
Yep. And then that way you get your own bed, you get your own bathroom, you get your own spot.
See, to me, I would rather be in a campground than in some of these hotels that are charging you $400 or $500 a night. Now you may end up paying that too, because I think he said, well, you figure like we did last year, 2 years ago, we stayed at the Buffalo Chip, and it's probably going to be really close to about that same price. So let's look here. Calendar. Oops, I don't want a calendar. I want a calculator. So it cost us $1,500 plus. He said it was about $2,000. Was that for the whole rally? Was it just for the 10 days of the rally?
I don't remember.
And you divide that by what? 10 days, I guess. 12 days.
Yeah.
Well, 10 days would be $350 a day.
From the 3rd to the 13th is 10 days.
Which would be about $350 a day. That's for two people. But if you
was that for 2 wristbands?
Yeah, that was what we paid. The $1,500, which included our 2 wristbands and our campground. Now we had the camping for the whole pre-rally and rally.
He's
so it
excited.
Might be cheaper.
Oh, not the GoPro, the Osmo Action.
Osmo Action's got a brand new camera from out. Going back, and I just got done buying 2 more used ones or 2 more new ones. I got a brand new one in a box, the Osmo 2. I might get both cameras. I might get 11. Actually, for Osmo Action, I just signed up for their program to get free stuff to try it and demo it. But to be probably not this camera because it's already out. It'll be out here real soon. They're taking pre-orders on it. But I'm really interested, and I'm interested in looking at the 11 too. But the main thing about buying all those cameras is the batteries aren't the same. The cages that you put them in aren't the same. And that's what kind of sucks. And they do this. It's just like they do with phones. You got to buy a stupid new phone case every time you buy a new phone. The case ain't so bad, but we try to always buy the outer boxes because they're better. Don't buy them cheap ass ones. And we just got to replace the other ones. They all broke. But I only paid $20. But we waited long enough, and I got these for like $40. So I don't think I can pay that. Maybe I only paid 20 something for them too.
It was 27, yeah. Because the one we took back, we're supposed to get 3 different colors, and now mine and the blue phone. Well, it's still called the blue phone.
Just got a sticker on the back.
Yeah, that's the Bob and Tam phone, the Pating phone. It's hard to do because my screensaver is Pating. That's my screensaver. But I don't.
We should send that out to people. We could send you that. That's one of our photos off of when our daughter was fixing us up our logo.
I did that one.
Oh, did you?
On Canva.
Oh, you might send people. Maybe people want to have our Pating.
Is your screensaver? Would you want that?
She could send you a link.
Yep. GoPro size and accessories are the same as the GoPro 9. Yes, but
But
we
I
have
don't
the
have the
GoPro
9.
8.
That's right.
He just bought the GoPro 8, got all the stuff. He bought 2 of them.
Yeah.
I think he bought 2. And within a week, they released the GoPro 9. And so I
everything
thought,
was
well, maybe
different.
I'll get a 9. And then he looked and the batteries were different, the different size, everything was different. He's like, why do they do that? Apple's good at doing that too. They change the charger
So I had to look at the
every
new.
year.
I just got the Osmo one this morning. They sent me the email, and they kind of showed it sitting up, but it's a little bigger than it was before. But now it's supposed to be in.
It says all other
freezing.
accessories will work on the 11. It's the same size then as the 8?
No. The 11 and the 10 and 11 is probably the same. And
9, 10, and 11.
But there's no
We
way
have the
there.
8.
Yeah. So, if somebody wants to buy 2 GoPro 8s at a real
good price.
No, I can give them away. I had somebody else ask me, oh, Michael was wanting to get a small camera. And I got a 7 we bought, a used one, because I've got a switch box. Maybe I'll do it when I get I bought all these GoPros for because I set my studio up. I wanted to mount some of these cameras up all the time. So that way I can just turn them on, let them run, and they'll already be set to where I can zoom in or do whatever I need to do or see a shot over my shoulder or whatever. I'll already have that versus the main camera that I'll be moving around.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, we should probably edit it up. Yakking too long. Yickety yakety yak. All that just because she won't admit she's wrong.
I was wrong.
Ethel. It's not Ethel.
No.
What was her name? Beatrice.
No.
Fred Stanford. What was Fred Stanford's wife's name?
I'm coming.
Edith?
Emma? I don't know what her name was. I don't remember. Hi, everyone from Rainy. Again,
What
can't
is
move.
Fred Stanford's
Neil just came on and we're
name?
going off.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth. I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming. She admitted she was wrong. I think that's the first time in 43 years.
There we go. Just 10 more people on the Sturgis Facebook page.
There you go.
There you go. Thanks, Ryder-X. Elizabeth, yeah. He just looked it up too. So anyway, we've been on way too long.
Yeah.
And Neil just got on. So sorry, Neil.
You have to go back and watch all that stuff and see all the latest stuff. Because we talked about you at the beginning, so you need to go back and watch that video.
And I even called Jimmy. Shh. Watch the beginning. Hey, I get more trouble.
Yeah, giving out the secrets. Jimmy told on you.
Story of my life. Day late, the dollar short. That's what my mom always said. Ralph says, sell them Pawn Stars, get some pennies on the dollar. There you go. Sell them to Pawn Stars. Yeah, they won't give you nothing. You're lucky if you get $1 a piece for them. There's saying hi to Neil. I like to hang with you guys. My life loves him. Yep, Joe, wherever we're at, if we're there. Did you email me? Do I have your email? Do I have your phone number? Email. It's going the wrong way. Email us your phone number, and I'll text you mine back. How about that?
See, there's the new Osmo Action. See, it goes sideways now again. It's all one piece. Osmo Action 3. I don't know if the batteries are the same. I want you to pre-order, but it's got a 160-minute long running battery. That's pretty long.
Yep.
Versatile mounting. Maybe it comes. No, it doesn't come with it. I need more information. It says it goes down to -4 degrees. Like we're going to be in -4 degrees.
If we go see Neil, maybe.
I don't think that's going to happen. Oops. There's some more pictures of it. I got an email today. Anybody want any more information on? Let me know. I'll send you my email on that. I got both. I got the 11 too. They said, oh, you can change zooming on it. You can size it at 90%, 125, and 155%.
How about that?
That sounds pretty neat. I might order one. Looks pretty neat. Looks like the one I got.
There's the oldest daughter, but that's not a very good picture of her. She's prettier than that. But that's the oldest one.
It's 4K, 120 frames per second. It's cold resistant, 16 millimeter waterproof, or 16 millimeters. Dual touch screens. Oh, the front screen's touch now. Dual touch screens. That'd be nice to have the front one touch.
So why is the Osmo Action better than the GoPro 11? If you want him to go on, we need to go. What was I going to? Oh, I was going to text you. Okay. They closed the pass for the snow. Holy cow, Neil. Well, sorry to hear that up there in Moose Country. We did see something special down here today.
I can tell what you've seen. You know,
Saw some elks. They were mama elks
was two.
and a baby.
Two.
Let me know if Mindy ever gets divorced. I'm looking for a second wife. Oh, I don't think she will. They've been together too long and been through too much.
Who?
Mindy and James. Ryder Rex, let me know if Mindy gets divorced. It's hard coming from Sturgis to 105.
If you can't put up with me, you sure now ain't gonna put up with that daughter.
They both take a lot after him. They don't get much after me. Alaska's 50 tops, 46 this morning. It was 46 here this morning, I think, wasn't it? Or was that yesterday? It was chilly.
No, it wasn't 46.
It was. Here?
Yeah, it wasn't 46.
I don't know. It's the high 60s. Hey, Joseph, we're leaving.
You're a little late and $1 short.
Yeah, day late, $1 short, just like Neil. Neil just got on too. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. We love hanging out with you guys.
Did you guys watch my
video?
Evel Knievel.
Oh.
Somebody said they did. They remember they thought it was on Wild World of Sports. That shows you how old we all are when we remember Wild World of Sports. My dad had it on all the time. My dad was a sports nut. That's one of the reasons I do what I do. That we're always on the run. My dad.
His dad always sat on the couch.
Never left Saturday or Sunday. Never got off the couch. Sat there with his underwear on. First time she met him, he was standing there with his boxers on.
So I walked in the house and he's like, "Oh, that's my dad." And he's sitting on the couch with his hand in his
like Al
boxers.
Bundy.
Yes, watching sports on TV with his leg up, and I'm like, I'd never even seen my dad without a shirt on, and I'm just like, oh my god, hello. I'm like, can we leave now? I'm just like.
She actually wasn't even with you. I was dating Sue then, wasn't I?
No.
Didn't you both come in together?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I
just know I was like totally shocked. Umbrella's house. The rally. 55 here in Memphis yesterday morning. Just a little chilly riding home, but still rode. That's good.
It's been neat to be riding out here. I wouldn't mind having a bike during this time. I would just want to try. I just didn't want to drive the trailer alone on this trip. It's a lot better gas mileage. I'm getting about 34 miles a gallon on this little car. It's a pain in the ass, but it's a little
He doesn't
GMC.
like the way it drives, and it's one of those when you stop. Our daughter's Jeep does that. When you stop at a stop sign, the car turns off. It's like it's
Takes a second.
quiet, and then when you step on the gas, it goes. It goes. It's like the weirdest thing. And then it's not. You don't shift. You push a little button to change it from drive to park to reverse.
Our daughter's car had that, and I thought it was just because it was an Alexis why it had it, and then this stupid piece of junk's got that same stupid.
Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom, Mr. Perkins.
I never really watched that. I know the show, but we never really watched that. My dad kind of controlled them. We didn't have a remote.
Yeah.
One of us turned the station. My dad actually got up and turned the station.
Change.
My dad pretty much changed the station on his own.
Yeah, that's how I was the remote at our house. Yeah, we didn't have remote controls back then. I don't know.
I pretty much had my own toys and all that kind of stuff in the living room, and
we always went and played in his bedroom. Are you done?
We had a remote control at that time.
Yeah, and the TV he had in his bedroom, it was like a 12-inch little RCA. That was our first TV. We had that in the living room for probably 3-4 years.
My mom and dad got that back when you could buy like on mobile credit card, gas card. They had a special every month, and that was our first color TV I ever got back in the 70s. It was probably like 71 or 70. I don't know what year it was. So tonight it is supposed to be
I went to my granny's
53
house.
tonight. 53.
What's it going to be in the morning?
65 to 53. Rain talking Friday. And
American sportmen, they used to shoot elephants between the eyes. Oh.
Yeah.
I had an uncle that did that with a pig.
And he missed.
My grandpa said, shoot it anywhere in the head, but don't shoot it right between the eyes. And my uncle shot it right between the eyes, and that pig squealed. The other pig jumped a 6-foot fence.
I think he was supposed to shoot him between the eyes, and he missed this middle, and so it got in his brain, and the pig went nuts. And you got to shoot it between that middle to kill it.
Anyway,
it's like when you used to hit him in the head with a sledgehammer. That's how they used to do it in the stockyards.
They hung him, slit him, let him bleed.
Just like deer hunting.
Yeah. Pating Nation, Bob and Tam, it's been nice spending all the time with y'all. Love you. Thank you. Love you too, Tom. Road glide, watching the bouncing balls. Because we both talk with our hands, don't we? Papa was a rolling stone, eh, Bob? He was a couch potato. And my dad was never home. He was a cop. He was always out. He always worked nights. So, anyway, Thanks for hanging out with us. We love you all.
If her
See ya.
dad had any idea what she used to do, it never got out.
See, it was my mom that always let me go. She never asked. I said, I'm gonna go. All right, see you later. Never asked where I was going, who I was going with, where I was. So my kids were always like, where are you going? Who are you gonna be? Is your parents gonna be there? Is this gonna be there? So I think that's why my kids are like helicopter moms. I wasn't that bad, but I would call and
Kimberly's
make
not.
sure. No, Kimberly's not as bad as Mindy.
Sometimes she has no idea where her kids are at.
Hopefully they're across the street. I don't know. Anyway,
Finish up your 3 comments.
so I came on late, so still covered a lot of ground. Yep. Oh, you weren't too bad. Road Glide is laughing. Joseph says good night, and you just got on.
So go back and watch the beginning, because we had 2 things we talked about this morning. Is our first come on is we had we're going to be doing Red Rock Harley Davidson coming up in the next
Brandy.
end of the month. If you guys want to come out to Vegas, we got some events going on that we're going to be out there and be involved in. It's going to be a lot of fun. The next thing we're going to be doing after that is we start talking about some of the campgrounds in Sturgis, downtown Sturgis in the area. We kind of made a phone call, told you who's booking, who's not, who will let you get on the list. So that's some really good information for you. And then the rest of the time, we just shot the crap.
Pretty much.
Going to Vegas and shooting the craps. We'll be in Vegas soon.
Bye. Don't
Wednesday
forget to
night.
subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Think about Patreon. We'll see you on the next video.
Click the good night button. Good
Good
night.
night.